All right, everybody. Welcome back for another installment of Old Dominion Heroes Plays Dungeons and Dragons, our Thursday night alternating game week. Every other Thursday we run Rime of the Frost Maiden, and interweaved between that is a spice of your favorite variety of Battle Royale one-shots, and mine, the homebrew mashup of Candlekeep Mysteries with some Baba Yaga flavor mixed in. So if you haven't watched us before, I am DM Shogun Rue, and the screen in a horseshoe shape starting from me in the top left going down and around and up to the top right is our players. In the center is the map screen, and above our player to the far right, Mel, is the game log, where you can see our roles and some of the stuff our players may chat about back and forth. The colors of the rings around the book, I will try in later sessions to coordinate with the player tokens on the screen. Unfortunately, my backup for all of my maps and tokens got messed up, so I had to load all this stuff from scratch before the game tonight. No. But once again, let me welcome you to our third episode of Candlekeep Mysteries, the Lore of Larue. I'll go ahead and handle the recap for tonight, and then if any of our other players want to jump in and provide their insights about stuff that happened between games, they are more than welcome to do so. So in the previous adventures, our characters were in the Candlekeep, and they had just successfully made it out of Fistandia's mansion, a pocket dimension, kind of like Leoman's tiny hut. A magical space created by an extremely high-level wizard spell created by Mordenkainen himself. The wizard Fistandia, to the character's surprising revelation, has turned out to actually be none other than Tasha, granddaughter of Baba Yaga, a very powerful witch. In the mansion, they narrowly survived a series of traps and magical puzzles to uncover the secret code word and access their freedom. But no sooner did they find themselves freed from this magical trap and back in Fistandia's private study at the Candlekeep, they were attacked by a homunculi who accidentally turned a piece of clay of forming a magical artifact into a clay golem, which attacked the party. Under a hypnotic effect, one of the party members, Venlee, a Shadarkai elf, felt this unresistible pull to interact with the book in the study, a large, gigantic Codex Gigas, a humongous book, larger than herself almost. She carried the book from the shelf that found its home and threw it on the floor in the middle of the chaos and combat, and under this hypnotic effect dove headfirst into a magical portal that beamed forth, blinding the clay golem when the book opened on its spine, revealing the center pages. A great wizard in the study, Matreus, who had been in Fistandia's mansion, was tangling with an imp and decided to help the players escape with their lives, defending them from the onslaught of the clay golem. Each of the players followed after Venlee and plummeted similarly through the open portal of the book. In the first episode of The Lore of Larue, our players landed in a strange forest clearing, dotted by strange pastel lights that glowed and twinkled in a myriad of colors. Navigating their way further through this strange forest path, they were met by a series of creatures being chased through the woods. And making it to a final clearing, they encountered 3 satyrs in a panic. The 3 satyrs informed the players that their people were under attack, and they had gotten left behind in the magical glade in their pursuit to defend their friends as they escaped to a place known as the Polvarth Plateau. The players helped the satyrs literally turn the page of their circumstances as they peeled at the edges of the ground below, turning the page of a physical book over to a new portion of the story. Through some investigation, insight, and decent rolls, the players were able to uncover that they had in fact landed in the Feywild, but this was a unique place inside the Feywild, a book titled The Lore of Larue. This book written by an elf telling the legendary tale of Lurue, a unicorn demigod who guards this particular sanctuary in the Feywild around the Povarth Plateau, protecting the magical inhabitants. They were led to a sacred clearing where they met with an ancient treant who informed them of the perilous circumstances that the denizens of Polvarth and a strange little pixie village nearby by the name of Dewlight faced. They met up with the pixies in their village and spoke with their leader, Wieldalee. And Wieldalee, a plucky old fairy or pixie, if you can say they get old, advised the players to proceed to this pool of eternal spring, hidden deeper in the heart of the forest. Our players ventured forth together and found themselves in another sticky situation. They were magically shrunk and allowed to pass through a narrow passageway that the pixies would take in and out of the forest, and along the way were narrowly snared by a band of ettercaps who had strung nearly invisible webs across the dying bushes and hedgerows. They fought their way past and burned a way through the wall to reveal a strange oasis in the middle of the forest where a ramshackled hovel stood on a sandy foundation partially blocked by a giant castle brick wall with strange animal noises coming deeper from the forest. Our players soon realized that the effects of the pixie dust had shrunk them down to smaller than that of the size of ants and bugs, and they had to work their way through the challenge to find a way to go back to their normal size. During this confusion, two of their friends, Harvey, an Aarakocra monk, and Mel, a very strange gnomish wizard, and Mel's friend, Pomplamoose, plummeted through the sky and landed in front of them under the magical illusion of a large, strange, toonish-looking bird. After they managed to sort that out, Mel made a hasty decision to go knocking on strangers' doors in strange places, and alerted a witch to their presence who immediately lashed out, fighting through the magical deceptions and a powerful magical slumber that this night hag had placed upon them. They managed to narrowly defeat her at the expense of the death of two innocent dryads who were revived by magical means. These dryads informed them that the witch had ill intentions with them and intended to eat them and use their essence to transmute powerful potions, and also echoed the sentiment that a greater threat faced the denizens of this place in the Feywild, a strange cult seeking to hunt and destroy and subjugate all of the creatures of the forest, called the Cult of Malar, had found its way into the Lore of Larue, and was using this book to travel through time and space and this pocket dimension isolated in this mythological tale to find a way to take it over for their god, the god of the hunt and beasts. Where we are now, our characters after having fought with this powerful witch and been given this revelation, walked their way into a clearing at the edge of a widely expanded river about 2 miles in width across. And in the distance, they could see strange torchlights and hear a low commotion of beasts and people gathering where this glow of what they could only assume camplight was located. And so we'll go ahead and pick up here. If any of the players want to introduce themselves and give a short little summary of what they're about, who they are, and maybe some things that might have happened between games, feel free to do so.
Did you say locomotion? Well, that's great. We can just take a train across the river. That'll be fine.
That should be on the bingo card. How many times will Brian find a way to be quippy?
Aw.
It's his charm.
It is his charm. I love it.
And he's not the only one, I might add.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not just me.
Hey, you'll get no hate from me, man.
I would never do such a horrible thing.
Oh, just as a point of order, we do have a few people that will be off camera tonight, and that's fine. You can see that their character tokens will light up when they talk, and underneath of their tokens is a little stat card. It's not 100% perfect, but it does give some basics about what their character has. And I may occasionally mute or camera mute myself if I need to step away or if the baby comes in the room. But anybody want to give some info about themselves?
Well, first of all, you said earlier that Mel made a hasty decision, and I'd like to correct that. I don't think Mel makes decisions. I think things just happen, and then like he kind of half justifies it after the fact. I wouldn't call that a decision at all.
It's cool, man. The absent-mindedness of go with it is pretty good. Has been working out for him pretty well so far.
Did you say we made a long rest, or have we done that yet?
Yeah, you all would have taken a long rest at this campsite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just curious.
And during that long rest, is this a place where like the sun moves and like it's day and night, or is there some other phenomenon going on?
That's a good question. So, Mel, in your distracted circumstance, which I'll let you go into if you choose to, you would have maybe not necessarily taken notice, but you can go ahead and roll me a perception or nature check, whichever you prefer.
Oh, D&D dice. I'll just roll with the thingy here. You said perception?
Or nature, whichever you prefer.
I'm probably better at nature. Oh yeah. That's a 14.
All right, cool. So with your nature check, you would, after coming away from a strange encounter and beginning your walk back to the campsite and your friends, you would take a look around you and see that the source of light in the sky seems like it is rather unnatural. Looking, directly above, as far as you can tilt your head back, you can't place a location of a sun or a moon in the sky. But you do see looming gray and red storm clouds that seem to be traveling northward. So they currently are tailing behind where you all are camped out by maybe about a mile. And the light that's around you right now is severely dimmed, almost like that grayness that the sky gets right before a bad thunderstorm.
Okay, so you said that that the storm is heading north, like from our south, so it's like coming towards us?
Yeah, so basically, if the south end of the map where you guys came is further down here, the storm is going to be traveling northward over to crossing over this river in the opposite side.
Storms are coming. All right. Cool. I guess so. So while we took our long rest during that 8-hour period, did the light pretty much stay the way it was?
I would say, recalling your arrival to this campsite, you would notice that the light had changed. It was sort of a dull glow of what you would assume would be a sun, kind of setting off into what would become the beginning of twilight or the moon rising up. But since arriving at the campsite and taking your rest, as you look around, it does grow darker, and the overall appearance and aggression of the clouds above you has changed to that of a looming storm.
Okay. Yeah, I just, a lot of people assume things like, when the sun goes down, it'll come back up the next day. I just don't like to assume those things, so I'm glad I checked.
So I guess the only thing that Jaron has to share is that he seemed to have had a really bad nightmare about his childhood during the night, and somehow he seems to have projected that nightmare to the entire party by accident. And the nightmare that he had was about the night that he lost his sister when he was 6. So, just, for the people at home that didn't see that, Jaron has also been thinking about this situation, and since they're stuck in a book, he thinks that we should try to look for maybe a page break where we can maybe turn the page again and continue the story on the other side. Since it looks like the river is like a mirror reflection, like it would be if it was half of a book.
So, you want us to look for a library?
No, remember, Chip, when we turned the page, when we helped the Savage turn the page?
Yes.
And yeah, so like I'm saying that there's probably a page somewhere around here that we can turn instead of trying to cross this gigantic river.
So,
You want to fold space? That's very,
you want to
very sophisticated.
find
Or he
some
wants to
paper
unfold it because it's
around
already
here? Alright. And I appreciate you for sharing your loss about your sister. I too, I lost my brother as well.
Mm.
He is still alive, but he's... When we encountered Baba Yaga, she had sewn her curses into his flesh, and he'll never be the same. It's hard to explain. He doesn't even really recognize me anymore. He's practically
I
dead.
understand more than you know.
So, Chip, Bob can get in touch with people, living or dead. Would you like to see what your brother's doing?
My brother isn't dead, and he isn't alive either. He's... They say that he's like a vegetable.
Mm.
So just so you know, out of game, her spell book has a unique ability to contact other plane, and it does have the ability to sense the thoughts and literally like speak to basically anyone that's a loved one. So
Really, that's
if
good.
you wanted to speak to your brother, I don't know how he would sound or react, but her Bob as a spellbook has the ability to do that.
Well, like, how you and me talked about it is, like, I mean, like, my brother's basically catatonic. He's like a malformed person that had, like, all of his soul and life and energy sucked out of it, and he basically wanders the woods.
Yeah.
So I don't know how he would, I don't know.
I mean, I'll leave that between you and her and role playing and
Yeah, but it's a thought. If you decide, whenever, we're here for you.
Alright, well, does it contact the dead as well? I mean...
Apparently, yes. We're just trying to figure out how this all works. It's something that happened yesterday when he changed.
Yeah. Jaron, do you...
And manifested, we got some extra things, and I think that may be why Jaron's dream came out. I don't know. We're still trying to figure it out. The one thing I said was, Bob, while we're sleeping, why don't you just keep an eye on everybody and see if anybody seems to be having any horrible dreams, because we'll wake them up.
Okay, well, I mean, I was gonna say, if you can talk to the dead, Jaron, why don't you ask Happy to speak to your sister?
Well, I won't be able to contact my sister.
Why?
She's not quite dead.
Oh.
Well,
It's complicated.
we can try to contact anybody. As to whether it will work or not, we're still figuring out what the parameters are.
Happy. I don't think they want to talk to their siblings.
Fine.
They're making a lot of excuses.
Harvey chimes in.
And then
Harvey
also,
chimes in.
I would have been happy to talk to you while I was off in exile.
I have an uncle that was cooked and eaten by bugbears.
I look at you with just the saddest look, and then I start to nod like it makes sense now.
Would we like to contact your
Sometimes
uncle?
it's
He
too
may have
painful to
He may
contact
have
loved
some
ones
knowledge that
again.
he wanted to pass on to you before he got cooked.
Avvina says from her place, like 5 feet away from the fire.
What did you say? Could you say it again?
Yeah, what did you say, Avvina? Something about 5 feet from the fire. I'm gonna cut out.
Harvey lights up a doobie and just says, "Nah, that uncle was an asshole."
Okay. Well,
Hey,
if you want to tell him off, we can do it.
That's a thought. Did somebody say we're in a book?
Yeah, we were in a boat.
Oh. Alright, so,
Do you remember jumping into the book when you were fighting the golem?
yeah, but the last place I was in, I got to through a chair. It's all real confusing as to where I'm in what. But anyway, since if evidently we're in a book, that's kind of cool. So while people are discussing things, Mel just sort of quietly goes off to a rock and uses illusory script to write, I don't know, Chip finds a banana on the rock.
Chip finds a banana.
So,
I just want to see if we can manipulate the story.
okay, so how do we want
okay.
to try and get across
So
the river, guys?
you go ahead.
Chip's gonna go look for a piece of paper, but lo and behold, does he find?
And Jaron will help Chip with
Yeah.
Harvey's gonna call out, "Chip, people are saying that you found a banana."
Hey, nobody saw that. What are you talking about? It was a illusory script on a rock. I didn't want anybody else to see it, so I don't want anything manipulated here. It's an experiment.
I figure like me and Jaron will go check out like over by this rock and tree.
Yeah.
And like kind of like along this bank, and we'll start moving along the edge. We'll also like while I'm with him, like I'll also be looking for more so for a piece of paper. Somebody said something about a banana, so if that shows up,
Nobody said anything about a banana.
Okay.
When we did it before, when we landed, the page was down on the ground, and we found a corner. The satyrs found the corner. There was some sort of a marker, and then we all pulled on it and pulled a page up.
Okay.
So,
do you want us to roll a perception or investigation or anything?
Go ahead and as you guys walk around, roll me perception checks.
With pleasure.
Avvina's back, so.
I think this is the character that actually has higher than a 1.
Let me check in with Venlee real quick. What do we got going on with you, Venlee?
Look at that.
18.
I'll walk back from the woods and sorry, I was just reading. I forgot that we had a whole conversation. I'll walk back, and as I'm walking back to the fire, I'm slowly going to stash.
My family's here. I have to step away for a second. Sorry.
I'm slowly going to stash something in my pocket.
Okay.
And then just go. Yeah, I guess just walk up to everybody and go. So what's the plan? We have to get across this river.
Well, Happy had a plan, but that we could cast gaseous form and all of the spell rings, so everybody would have individual concentration, and then the 2 people that can fly could take us over to the other side, and we'd have enough time at 50 feet per 6 seconds. But I think people wanted to look for other options.
I'll go look at the river. I'll go walk up here, look at the river, and I see a big rock right there, right?
Yeah, now over here where it's black, which it's not letting me click, but outside the border area of the map, I don't know if you see that when you scroll all the way up to the top on VTT on your end. In the Twitch stream, you'll be able to see it, but essentially the water itself tapers off and rolls down. And the insight that you all got from looking at the river's edge and I'll just go ahead and say you definitely confirm it now, walking to the edge of the water line. When the water curls over to the edge, it literally plummets like a waterfall. And there's a gap in between that's black. And then on the other side is a mirrored image almost of this exact river. And the water flows up from a waterfall on that side. As you do inspect it, down in the black chasm that you see between the two sides, you can see the faint hint of lettering and a cream color.
Ah, cool.
That's why why Chip and I are trying to find the page.
Can I make it to that rock?
Yeah, I mean, that's only 20 feet.
He said it's 2 miles to the other side of the other river.
Well, just so I can make it to that rock.
Yeah, right here it's wadeable. I mean, you could walk through if you wanted to.
Okay.
Up to this part.
And then I can see, and I see writing in the black part.
Yeah, so basically dropping down and plummeting an unknown distance. As you look into the crack, the faintest bit of light that reflects on the other side of this crested river, you can see, scripted writing that runs perpendicular.
Okay. And then the other side, the water goes up.
Yeah, so this water tapers down like a waterfall. On the other side, the water runs up and over the edge to the river on the opposite side, where you can see that it flattens out and there's similar rocks and a similar green bank. And that's where the faint yellow glow comes from. And the sounds of what seem to be people and beasts.
All right, I'm gonna yell back at everybody and go, YOLO!
YOLO.
And jump off into the waterfall.
All right. So, as you jump off into the waterfall and descend down into the blackness, your character, you feel your form basically completely disappear. Your body begins to almost dematerialize. You watch as your fingers fade up your arm and your feet fade up your legs, and eventually getting to your torso, and for some reason the last little bit of yourself that sticks around is your face. As it shrinks over your mouth, it's like a gasping sensation of being suffocated. For a moment, you completely blank out and you lose all sense of time. And out of nowhere, with a great thud, such a hard heaving hit, it's like being punched in the chest by, an orc berserker, just someone double your size, double your muscle, double your strength, knocking the wind out of you. It wakens you, and you now lay on your back on the floor in Fistandia's study.
Oh.
With the book to your side, about 5 feet off, your hands spread out in a cross-like position, completely winded.
Hey, does anybody know what YOLO means?
I didn't take any damage, right?
No.
Okay. Well, I had 40 feet, or 40 damage anyway.
You got a long rest.
Yeah. But I'm a monk anyway, so I don't take damage. So I'm looking at the book. Can I see the other people on the book?
Roll me an investigation check.
Yuck. Oh, that's good. Forgot. I'm good. This is what I'm good at. Maybe. Not really.
That's actually
17?
good enough. Yeah, that's good enough. So as you look down at the book and it's open, laying on its spine, you look at the 2 pages. On the left side, you see the campsite, and in the middle, the big heaping mound of the multiple hundreds of pages of this storybook crest up to the center of the spine where this black shadow would be, and the printed area of the river is clipped off by what you can't see where the pages meet the spine. On the right side of the book, the opposite page looks somewhat similar to what you see on the left, with the only difference being you see an active flickering glow of orange and a strange little pop-up tent with a couple of strange little pop-up tents. And then you see an isolated pool, a reflecting pool that sparkles silver and shimmers.
Can I take the page of the book that everybody's on and like flip it over and shake it over to the other side?
Absolutely. So you take the pages and you take the left side page and curl it over to the right side page, and you begin to sort of gently jostle the page at first and shake it back and forth.
Star Trek.
Roll me a perception check.
Okay.
Everybody lean to the right. Everybody lean to the left.
Avvina,
yeah, 24.
blank-faced, unamused.
Sorry, guys, one sec. So with your 24, as you flip the page over and shake it, you look and you see that the previous page behind you appears to be a 2-page spread that indicates the scene of the Hag's hovel. When you turn the page back to the page you were looking at with the campsites and the river, you notice that everything on the left side that wasn't attached to the ground is gone. Loose boulders and stones are no longer there. Instead, they have ripped up pieces of sod in their place. There are twisted and broken roots from where small bushes that weren't holding on to the wet, soggy soil have ripped clean. And all of the stones that outlined the campsite and the modest bundle of firewood where you all had a fire lit has been extinguished and is nothing but a black smudge of coal. Your friends are also no longer on the page. When you look to the right side, you see the same thing as before, but peppered across the page in random order, you see 6 people laying prone or supine.
Are they all making hand signals?
Uh,
God damn it! Enough of this YOLO! Oh,
Seriously, what does YOLO mean? Good lord.
Did we fall? Did we take falling damage? Or
I'll
did
get
we
to
just,
that.
like,
I'll get to that.
Hold on.
yeah.
You know, you could have just folded the page so we could walk. Just saying.
Shoot.
where's the fun in that?
Or
YOLO,
gently,
baby.
You know, place the
There,
page to page.
is there
Come on.
any way I could use my broom to save me?
Yeah, when we switch back to you guys, I'll definitely give opportunities for like reactions and stuff.
Okay.
Right now, it's just Venlee is literally in a completely different realm space and scene, so I was trying to kind of tie up what happened to her, and then we'll cut back to the events in the book.
I think the name of this episode is YOLO Baby West.
YOLO!
The baby was just, gratuitous.
I can't. It's got to be more than 40 damage for me to start taking damage, so I'll do it.
Do what?
Like when I jumped, I'm like, I don't care. I'm a monk.
All right, so one other thing I'll give you with your perception check. You notice that there's a strange glow coming from the book that emanates about 6 pages back.
Wes.
Did Wes drop off? I don't see him.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think he's still in the Discord. He's here.
Audio.
I don't know. Maybe he had tech issues because he dropped off the call.
It was sudden, so yeah.
Yeah.
It was the shaking of the book.
Well, it's okay. We'll cut back to you guys for a little bit and give him some time to sort some stuff out, and then if he comes back in, I can handle what's happening with him real.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, okay. Cool. So, what was the last thing you heard me say?
Out for a second.
What was that?
I dropped out for a second. I have no idea what just happened.
Okay, yeah. So I was basically saying I was going to give you one other thing for your perception check, and that you notice about 6 pages back in the book, if you were to flip back, to the left 6 pages previous, that's where a strange glow emanates and pierces its way out from the pages that it's squished between.
Oh, someone dropped.
Well, Wes dropped off. No, we didn't.
Ah. I see. Tech issues continue.
How's the weather down there?
It's fine. I don't know why it keeps dropping out. I may have been hardwired in. I don't know what's going on.
All right, so did you catch what I said about the book?
6 pages back, there was a light.
Yeah, there's a glowing coming from between the pages.
Okay.
And then out of game, I said, "Don't look, Wes."
But
go ahead.
Do I see, like, on the page that I flipped over, do I see my friends?
Well, there's small specks on this illustration looking at the page down, so you can't exactly make out whether or not it's your friends, but under the assumption and the good perception roll that you have, you do make out that there are 6 figures now laying either prone or supine that are basically scattered across the page on the other side.
Okay.
Where you saw the tents.
It's like D-Day, just randomly.
Okay. Can I jump back in that? Can I jump in that page?
The page that they're on?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make me an Arcana check.
Oh no.
I'll say as Venlee probes the page with her hand and picks the book up and tries to place the book on top of her head and do a number of things, puts the book on the floor to stand on the book, you have no effect.
It's a natural one.
Yeah.
Now we're in her hair. Great.
Yeah, so your attempts to jump into the book on either of those pages does not work.
All right. Well, that's great. Yeah, I think Discord's having issues today.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can hear you just fine now, but Tommy was even coming through a little crackly earlier too.
Yeah.
It's always crackly.
So what you want to do, Venlee?
I want to get back with the group because I think that I just put them all in the other side.
You just threw us directly into combat, and you're the only one not there.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
And I
But yeah.
can I pull up my doll
Okay.
and ask my doll like how I get back to the rest of my group?
Sure. So you pull out the little red-headed doll and hold it close to your chest and whisper, "How do I get back to my friends?" And you hear a strange voice come into your head. What? Who is that?
I go, it's Venlee. I said I just I flipped a page of a book and I just sent my friends across the river. And now I can't get back. And I say it in young Venlee's voice.
Okay. So the person on the other end responds back and says, "Oh, do you know what time it is?"
Not really.
Well, I can assure you it's not Granny's favorite hour.
But I mean, it was kind of nice when we left, and like we'd been sleeping and woke up and it was morning.
When you say that, you hear her off in the distance, almost as though the source of her microphoned audio to you, she's turned her head away from, and she shouts off in the distance,
My loves! My loves! Bring me my nightcap!
Oh, God.
You hear a thumping sound of two strange things growing in volume as it approaches this other person who's talking on the other end. And she says,
There we go. Give us a kiss.
Ugh.
and after that, she says,
Be gone with you. I'm talking to little Venlee.
and she comes back and says,
Are you still there?
Yeah. And I try and use like my most little girl voice ever.
she says,
Your friends are trapped in a book, and you're not with them. What is the name of this book?
What is the name of the book?
out of game, the name is Lore of Larue.
Items.
Lore of Larue.
Lore of Larue.
When you say that out loud, she says,
Now, there's a name I haven't heard in about 800 years. You said they're in a book about Larue?
Yeah.
Very curious, little Venlee. You've gotten yourself in more trouble, I see. Oh, well, Granny will find a way to help you. It's okay. Do not worry, dear child.
and she says to you,
I see you still have Dolly. Hold her to the sky.
she tells you to hold Dolly up in the air.
Okay, I hold her up in the air.
And when you hold the dolly up in the air, you feel a lightning bolt of energy crackle down out of nowhere. It makes itself visible to you, and the shock of this lightning energy travels down through the doll and into your hand. Go ahead and roll Arcana with advantage.
Ooh. Okay. Arcana with advantage. Okay.
All right.
12.
So, with your 12, as you hold onto this doll, the doll almost takes over your arm with your hand connected to it, and almost like you're in a voodoo-like trance, the doll moves your hand over to the book and starts flipping the pages furiously back 6 pages. And then the doll looks you in the face with little red glowing eyes, and the hair sort of flutters and floats as though there's a presence of like wind rushing around the room and around you, even kicking your braids up behind your head. And the voice cackles out to you again and says,
See, it wasn't so hard for me. Look, that's how you get back in the book, little Venlee. Come see Granny soon.
Oh, crap.
Ryan, it is
creepy at all.
it is vitally important that your baby grows up hearing you use that voice a lot.
I was trying to avoid going 6 pages back.
so what do you want to do?
YOLO, dude. YOLO.
I gotta go into the book 6 pages back.
All right, so you're going to go ahead and dive into the book like you did before?
Yep.
All right.
You made a superhero landing last time.
So as you dive into the book, this time consciously aware of what's going on, You plummet through the air like a skydiver with no parachute. And this time, being aware of your circumstances, you're able to survey the land below. You see the multicolored assorted lights twinkling through the canopy of the trees to the south of you. And you can see strange wafts of magical sparkling smoke come from that area. Being that you've already been in this book, you can only assume that must be either the Satyr's party at Polvarth or the pixie village of Dewlight. You fall rapidly, and the ground below you approaches in a speed doubled what it did when you first plummeted through the portal. And you see the shape and form of the hag's hut approaching, and the roofline and its size grow. You see the barn where the hag's menagerie of strange animals were kept, and the well below you. And as the ground rushes towards you and the speed of things begin to blur, you can barely make out the faintest geography of the campsite just beyond the wooded clearing of the hag's hovel and the edge of the river and the spine of the book. What do you want to do?
Can I try and fly?
What sort of abilities do you have?
Not flying.
Just flap your arms.
Yeah, I just put my arms out like this, and I just try and go. No, I guess I'll.
Go ahead and make me an athletics check, or no, actually, athletics or acrobatics, whichever is better for you. And that will determine whether or not you're able to control your descent and aim.
That is a 25.
All right. So with your 25, you manage to right your position in the sky and prevent yourself from swirling and arms flailing and legs in all directions. And you tighten yourself together like a missile, pointing your head forward like a trained skydiver. You're able to put your arms out just slightly to tilt your path left or right, and you can lift your chest up and down to slow your descent a little bit and move yourself forward or back from where you currently fall toward.
Can I get within 30 feet of the other edge of the river?
Go ahead and roll me an athletics check for this one. To see if you can withstand the buffeting of the rushing air past your body.
Hey, I'm curious. When Venlee saw the hag's hovel, was it still burned down?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Brian, I just keep waiting for you to stick those chopsticks up like a rabbit. You know what I'm saying?
No, Zipper's back.
Okay, cool.
I rolled a 6.
All right, so with your 6, you arc your back and try to create a scoop-like shape with your chest forward so that you can catch some wind, and place your arms out to move your position forward in attempts to cross the river to the other side and land, somewhere on the adjacent bank where the campsite is. I'm going to say your descent falls a bit short of that, and it looks like you're heading for the water.
I just need to be 30 feet close to it.
To the ground?
To the wherever, 30 feet to the edge. I don't care if I'm up high up or what. I just need 30 feet.
Well, so essentially you would be landing on the opposite side. You'd be landing somewhere out here in the water.
You're not going to send him down the spine again?
No.
That'd be pretty hilarious.
That'd be fucked up.
And that's 30 feet. That's further than 30 feet to the other edge?
Yeah, I mean, it's on the opposite side. So basically, you're able to aim yourself to the opposite bank, but you're not going to land on the ground or near your friends. You would land in the water. So, like, where you're at currently on the rock, imagine the 2-mile gap between here and there is the black expanse. And then on the opposite side of that blackness is the other side of this river. So you would land very close to the black pit, which is the spine, but on the opposite river from the river you were on the rock.
Okay, I mean that's fine. The reason I say 30 feet is I want a blessing of the Raven Queen and teleport. But I think I can also just ride the waterfall back up if I want to.
So go ahead and
thinking.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter where I land.
No, yeah, you would essentially have made it to the other side, and in so much as that, I'm gonna go ahead and switch the scene real quick.
Yeah.
And then we'll go ahead and let everyone else get their bearings real quick.
Yeah.
So give me 1 second here.
Yeah, and if I don't have to use my blessing of the Raven Queen, that's fine.
What kind of reactions are we able to take as we fall through?
Well, he'll let you know.
Yeah, give me just 1 second, Jason, so I can get everything prepped up here real quick.
Okay.
Hey, got you all to the other side.
You did? Yes, you did. Good job.
Thank you.
Well, we'll see how we land first before we thank you.
All right.
YOLO.
So y'all are kind of all over the map right now, unfortunately. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and cut to the other side. As you all saw Venlee stand on the rock, well, actually, some of y'all may not have even taken notice. So everyone roll me perception checks to see whether or not you saw Venlee wander away from the camp to wade across the water and step on the rock.
YOLO.
Well, we all heard YOLO.
Yeah. That's a 21.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't silent when I did it.
I have a +6 and I rolled an 8.
He wanted us to follow him.
Hey, I actually got a decent perception check. 17 minus 1 is 16.
Give me the moment while my tablet loads.
All right, so I was just waiting on Avvina's and Harvey's to pop through. If y'all know what those rolls are, just let me know. So it's the game log's taking a little bit.
So I'm not going to perceive anything.
All right, 25.
Yeah. 25.
Nat 20.
And what do you got, Avvina, for your perception?
I'm waiting.
26.
Okay.
Nice.
Gotcha. All right, so everyone who rolled above 10, you all were able to see Venlee jump over to the rock near the edge of this river and basically dive headfirst off the edge of the waterfall down into the unknown blackness. For those of you with less than that, you were aware that Venlee left and waded out into the river, but you didn't quite see her dive off the rock. And just as a point of order for, the way that time works here and there, the events that happened with Venlee falling through the blackness and out of the book basically would have taken about an hour in y'all's actual time here in the storybook. So within that time, you all would have been exploring around or doing whatever you would have done at the campsite and noticed that Venlee was missing.
Well, I did not take her for the suicidal type.
Yeah, so basically everyone that did see her dive in, I mean, whether you informed Jaron and Chip, that would be up to you guys, but is Avvina basically thinking that Venlee just killed herself? Like,
She looked like it.
yeah.
It's like that was possession.
Well, I mean, Mel would. I'm sorry. Was the 16 perception enough to clock that? Okay, cool.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, Mel was fully expecting to see Venlee come up that other waterfall. So probably sat there for at least a few minutes watching for that, and then
now.
Yeah, any minute now. And then started rethinking plans about following her in. See, what else did we do for like a whole hour?
Wait, you think about stuff?
We got shaken to the other side of the book.
Ish.
Yeah, but after
That
an
was
hour.
like 45 minutes later in our time.
Oh well, I made those s'mores, right? So that we could eat them before we go and raid.
And Chip and I were looking how to turn the page when we got shaken.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ashley,
so
Harvey
you-
would have been making a driftwood chair with his carpenter's tools. He'd probably be almost ready, almost done with like a really nice driftwood chair.
Oh, yeah.
Right about the time that the world got flipped upside fucking down.
All right, so
Avvina, is the fire still going?
no, when the pages were turned over, the fire basically would have rained down on the other side, like cinders and ash.
Okay,
Well,
so
what about in our time?
Oh yeah, before the pages of the book were turned, the fire would have been crackling and going.
She would have just, Avvina would have just been like, smoking her pipe and then staring into the flames, and the smoke from her pipe would probably start forming shapes, things.
All right.
Just thinking.
Okay. I think Mel's going to continue his experiments, and he is going to write, ritual casting, illusory script. He's going to write on some sort of surface. Venlee appears on the other side of the river, and then he's going to, just like every 5 or 6 minutes, keeps asking Chip if he has any bananas.
Just totally covering up the fact that your friend just killed herself.
The Feywild. It could be worse than that.
Yeah, I mean, this is like a book. I mean, Mel doesn't think that anybody's dead, or anybody's alive for that matter. So
You're right. It could be worse.
I'd imagine Chip would answer Mel and be like, "No, and I haven't found that piece of paper either."
So, Chip, I have a lot of paper. Are you looking for a particular piece of paper, or you just need a piece of paper?
Jared said that it should be like a corner piece laying around on the ground somewhere, or like on a tree.
Okay. There was some sort of like a pole marking it, as I recall, when we fell in. Wasn't there a pole or some sort of a landmark?
I honestly don't remember.
Yeah, there was.
So, Chip and Jaron, go ahead and roll me perception checks as you guys would have walked around the perimeters of the campsite.
I have a question. Can I cast guidance on myself and then run the perception check?
Yep.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken.
You said perception, correct?
Yeah.
I do that, so I get an extra D4.
So Ryan, you remember how you were rolling garbage on D&D Beyond the other day?
Oh yeah, you got lead dice that are rolling like 1s and 2s tonight.
Oh dude, it's like rolling like nothing
That's
higher
why
than
I'm
a 5.
casting guidance.
Yeah, I feel like the digital dice algorithm's probably even worse than PokerStars.com was
Okay,
with letting
so
people
with
win
guidance,
poker
I got a
games.
17 on perception.
All right. And what did you get, Thomas?
Oh, I got a 7.
Oh, okay. So as you trudge along with Jaron, I'll go ahead and whisper something to Jaron real quick.
Hey, Avvina, if you get rid of those rhyme dice, they take a lot of bandwidth.
Yeah, just use the plain black or red if you can.
They're fast.
I switched back from the liquid dice because they were just taking too much time to roll.
Yeah, Robert.
Which tab would that be under?
Yeah, you have to go to the website and you can go into settings and change what your dice default are.
It's up in like collections or something, or subscription. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, my dice.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yay.
Yeah, because those rhyme dice, they eat a lot of bandwidth up. I mean, on a day like today where it seems like they're having a hard time.
And the floating ones that were free in September are the same way. They take up a lot of bandwidth and take forever.
All right, Chip, you should have a whispered message. I mean,
You
Jaron,
whispered-
excuse me, Jaron.
Okay.
I was like, yay! I get a message.
Has not.
You've
come
got mail.
Pretty much,
got
right?
now. So
Did you go into the game log?
I am in the game log. It hasn't come through yet.
Okay, I might just have to put it in DMs in Discord. Oh, it doesn't allow you to select it as text. That's bullshit. All right, well, I'm not gonna whisper it because I don't want to stall the game anymore.
That's fine.
as you all trudge around, Jaron, your plate armored feet start pushing away the loose, wet soil underfoot, and the more you and Chip trudge paths back and forth to look for the corner pages of a book, you notice that where your feet have dragged the ground and the soil has been disturbed, underneath is cream-colored paper with written script.
So I call over to Chip and I'm like, hey, help me try to lift this up.
Does Happy see them?
Your perception from previous would have been good enough, yeah.
Okay. I want to see if we can tell what the writing is that's in the book.
Sure. So you walk over to some of the exposed pages where the dirt's been rubbed away.
Ryan, scoot your map over.
What about it? The
I
shadow?
can see two people.
Oh, it's all good.
We're on the other side now, so we're still discussing what we did on the previous side, but we're on this side now.
Yeah, he was
No,
talking about the shadow. I had the
two
map out
already.
on the fog of war with the showing because I'm using mine and not a player version.
Just ignore what is in the shadow.
Yeah.
Maybe we can just like speed this along a little bit and we can just start following.
Yeah, if that's what you guys want to do. So basically, I'll give it to Happy. You wanted to roll to see what the pages of the book said.
Yeah.
All right. So go ahead and roll Arcana for me.
Where is Happy? Oh, all the way at the top.
Yeah. All right, so with your 20 on Arcana, you sort of face to the ground, almost as though you have like a magical spectacle in your eye or a magnifying glass. You and Bob, flit around, following Jaron and Chip a few feet behind. And Bob looks at you and says, "Huh, look at all the letters on the ground. I wonder what it says." And with your 20, the two of you inspect the script written on the pages, and you lean down to rub more of it away. And without being able to reveal the whole page to read it in its entirety, you do see a few sentences. And the sentences on the page say, at the pool of eternal spring, the birth of a new unicorn, a union between the god of the moon and the protector of the Feywild. A full Lurue is born.
Only someone had a unicorn statue.
And a magical potion.
So as the two of you, Chip and Jaron, go to tug on the pages to lift them up, you grip in tightly, and that's when the earth underneath of you begins to shudder. Literally, it's a quaking sensation that ripples under your feet as the soil you stand on begins to move about in tremendous waves, almost like that of water crashing against the side of a beach. You notice that things on the ground start flying up into the air, following the path of the ripple, and you're barely able to keep your footing. I need everybody to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
All right, so
I'm gonna.
Okay, anyone that's within 10 feet of me gets +6.
Yay.
And what were you going to say, Brian?
Yeah, I'm going to do that, but I would like to say that while everybody else is looking at the writing, Mel was just really inspecting the impressive just sod job that's been done here. Just the landscaping just seems really, really impressive. He was really fooled by the whole thing. So he's like hanging on to the edge of the sod at that point. So whatever happens, he's probably pulling a big strip of sod with him as he goes.
Now, you as Mel have a chance to react too. So, the fact that people fell on the other side may or may not necessarily be the outcome.
where are we all? Like, are we where we are now, or are we?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm just. A dex save?
No. I'm just playing up the events of what would have happened to them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
All right. So go ahead, Jason.
Are we falling through the air? Because if so, I would like to do something.
That hasn't happened yet. This is literally just the earth quaking around you.
Okay.
So Avvina, with your 8, you fail your dex save as you sit on the log next to the campfire, smoking your pipe. A tumultuous wave, like an earthquake, curls the soil beneath you, sending a plume of dust into your face, extinguishing your pipe as you drop it to the ground, knocking you off of the log. You land on your stomach hard, and then another wave comes concussively behind it, launching you up in the air about 5 feet, and then you thud to the ground, laying supine on your stomach. Mel, with your 18, as you see a wave approach you, you and Mel hold hands. You and Pamplemousse hold hands, and Pump points it out to you, and he makes an indication with his hand like jump rope, and he says, And just in the nick of time, you and Pump managed to, basically in midair with a pretend does not exist imaginary cartoon jump rope, you and he double dutch over this approaching wave of soil and land on your feet on the other side. What were everybody else's? Jaron, you and your full plate heavy armor managed to stand your ground and root yourself in with your weapon, stabbing it down into the soil. The wave travels underneath of your feet as you ride the crest, and it settles. Happy, with your 15, as
One, because I was within 10 feet of him.
Because she was within 10 feet of me.
Okay, gotcha. So with your roll, as you followed a few paces behind Jaron and Chip, inspecting the ground and reading the magical text, Bob is able to warn you before a wave of soil crashes into you, and you and Bob are able to dive over the other side, and you come out into a somersault roll back up on your feet. Chip, as you walk around following Jaron and looking at the soil that has been brushed aside, just as you go to reach down and grab with a firmer grip onto the page below.
Before you go on, I get advantage on my dexterity saving throws. So the first one I rolled was a 4. So I figure you could start it off with like me failing and then me getting an 8 for my advantage. So like I guess you could say like try to save myself, but I wipe out or whatever.
Yeah. So basically, you grab down with one hand, thinking you're strong enough to kind of pull up the page below your feet with Jaron's help. And the initial tremor that strikes shakes your hand loose and causes you to stumble back. You bend down at the waist and crouch at your knees and reach down to your feet with both hands, plunging your fingertips down into the soil to root yourself into this magical paper below the soil that you and Jaron are attempting to pull. And as another wave approaches you and you see Jaron rooting himself into the ground with his weapon, you stare with a stubborn face and grit your teeth, looking at this 5-foot rise of soil in a curled shape of a hill approaching you rapidly. At the last minute, you close your eyes as the wave crashes into you and sends you flying back 10 feet, knocking you prone. Now, for everyone who is able to maintain their composure, as the page flips over and you begin your fall, you all are falling feet first. For everyone who is not able to maintain their composure, you fall sporadically, flailing through the air as though you were dropped from a height of about 100 feet.
Yeah, I got waterfall. So, is anybody close enough to me where that's going to help?
Roll me a perception check.
Okay.
Go ahead, Jaron.
Okay. I would like to take out my broom of flying and use it.
Roll me a sleight of hand check with disadvantage.
Okay.
So that would be. So I got a 20 on my perception to see who was within 60 feet of me, and
all right,
all of us.
So as you look around yourself when you begin your fall, you notice that Chip, though he has been knocked prone, as he falls and flails through the air, he's just within range of you.
Okay.
Let's see, Jaron, I'm waiting.
It's close to me.
I
All
got
right.
11 with disadvantage.
All right, so with your 11, as you've rooted yourself into the ground and managed to stave off the first few waves of ripple of the page shimmering below your feet, the last one knocks you free and you're able to right yourself in the air. But as you flail around trying to maintain your center point and to fall flat, you reach behind your back to produce the broom, and you just can't seem to access the pouch or place on your person that you have the broom tucked away.
But he was within 60 feet of me, though. Because the three of us started together.
Yeah, but the curl over of the page and how everyone's falling, that's why everyone's falling in a strange location.
Okay.
Do I still land on my feet even though I tried to get on the broom?
Yeah, so I'm letting everyone else take a quick reaction, but for people who fell on their feet, you are going to take some fall damage, but it's going to be halved. And then for the people who were not able to maintain their feet or be helped by magical means, would take the full brunt of the fall damage.
Can I flip my broom beneath me?
Yeah, go ahead and do the same thing. Roll me a sleight of hand check with disadvantage to see if you're able to navigate getting your broom under your legs in the midst of falling.
And no.
It hasn't showed up on my screen. If you see it on your end first, you can just tell me what the rolls are. Or if you trust DM, I can roll it for you. Up here comes popping through now. 11. All right, so same situation. Though you are a witch and much familiar with riding a broom, just the abrupt nature of this earthquake-like event and the curling of the page, which sends you tumbling forward and over and plummeting 100 feet, you're not able to navigate through your thick black robes that are wafted around you in a chaotic way as the air rushes past you. You can't quite grasp your broom to get it under your feet.
She's not happy.
No. All right, so we'll go ahead and, Mel, is there anything you wanted to do real quick?
Well, yeah, like I had said before, he was really curious about the sod, the sod job here.
Uh-huh.
So I kind of wanted him to be sort of hanging on to the edge of the sod when all of this happened.
Okay.
Just to sort of see if he can like peel it off in one long strip like an orange.
Go ahead and make me a
plummet.
strength check.
Oh. Can I just not do that then?
Oh, come on. Let us hear what it sounds like failing spectacularly.
Oh boy!
Don't forget about special.
Holy crap!
There we go. All right.
I rolled a 19, so that's a 17.
So after you and Pumplamoose jump over this wave of soil and page crashing towards you, you crouch back down. Pumplamoose basically gives you one of these. He like takes his two fingers and he goes, and he pumps himself up real good, and you see steam coming out of every nook and cranny that isn't airtight as just the whole ballast of wind he's taking in leaks. His muscles swell in his little bendy arms, and he grits into the soil. And then he reaches for your hand, clasps it in his, and reaches down with it in his hand and grabs a tuft of soil. Just at the last minute, you take hold of a curled bit of sod that you've peeled up to look at the strange letters underneath, and the two of you are suspended 100 feet in the air, holding on to the sod as it starts to peel away.
But it does start to peel away.
Yeah.
So we kind of like ride it down like Jackie Chan, like on the like grabbing onto a banner as he like falls down a building, kind of thing.
Yeah, roll me acrobatics check to see how smooth you do this.
We really want to see if this unpeels like an orange. I mean, I have feather fall, but meh.
Why burn the spell slot when you can have fun with it?
Let's do this. Hey,
Mel's a rogue tonight.
21.
Nice. So yeah, in a strange tune-like fashion, as the page curls itself over, you basically are holding on to the sod as it literally, like in a cartoon way, peels and unrolls. You don't necessarily land with finesse. As a matter of fact, the bundle of sod rolls itself over you and Pumplamoose, like a rug in a store shelf that's been spooled up. So you lay on the ground like hot dog style with a pile of sod wrapped around your body, but totally insulated from the impact.
Awesome.
Camouflage.
All right, so now we're gonna get to some fall damage. Let's see here. So it would be 10d6 damage for the people that did not maintain themselves.
That's awful.
I mean, Harvey flies,
We
right?
get to roll our own damage?
Harvey's got
I'm
wings.
rolling it.
Okay.
It's 22 points of bludgeoning damage to Jaron and Avvina.
Wait,
Ugh.
we landed on our feet.
I didn't.
Oh yeah, so you would take half of that, Jaron. Avvina takes the full 22. Chip, you lowered to the ground and softly placed on your stomach as the effect of a spell wears off. Happy, you float down by the effect of your spell, insulated by a bubble that Bob projects around you, as little Bob stands on your shoulder, and the spell book is splayed out in front of your hands with the wind flashing past your face, and he says, "Oh, look at that pretty spring over there. We might have to paint ourselves a scene. Happy?"
It's a happy little spring.
Venlee, you too would take some of that fall damage as well. So I would say half for you laying on your feet. So 11 points of fall damage for Venlee.
Nope.
What are you doing?
I don't take, unless it's more than 40, I don't take any damage.
All right. Is that the Raven Queen thing?
No, that's being a monk.
Monks.
Nice.
Monks.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you do 3-point hero stand land with your monkness. I'm not even going to worry about Harvey because Harvey flies. So Harvey, as the ground begins to tremble below you, clearly you avoided the effects of the tremoring. But as you see the page curl over you and the light source darken, the curl of the page casts a great shadow. The world that you know is turning upside down. You begin to fall for a minute, head first with your feet up in the air, and you look below and see the mirrored image of what you were on, with some slight variations. You take flight, and you witness in just this few seconds of chaos, everybody like randomly plummeting to the other side across the river. And I'll actually let you choose where you want to land, Harvey.
Harvey would not want to land. Harvey wants to hover in the air, maybe about 40 feet up around here.
Okay, cool. So we'll say you're 40 feet in the air, hovering, observing the scene.
Yeah.
All right, so as you guys come to the other side, not far from where any of you land, you hear... Go ahead.
The telepathic message to anybody within 60 feet of them to try and meet up with them. Well, right next to the pool.
Do we see the pool?
So for people behind the tree line, you may not. Happy, you would not notice the pool. Chip would notice it. Harvey would notice it. Avvina, maybe.
Oh, that water's the pool. Okay.
Yeah, right here.
Okay, that
But
makes sense.
anyone within 60 feet of me can hear my message.
Okay.
So she's further than 60 feet away.
Yeah, but she's sending up Bob to go recon and see if there's anybody that I can message.
Yeah, and I don't have tokens out for that. I'll go ahead and try to do that real quick. Just bear with me, guys.
And I'm 55 feet away from Jaron.
Yeah, I can message at 120 feet. So if Bob sees anybody that's within 120 feet of me, then I can message them.
I try to get everyone to meet up like around here. People can chew on cooking.
Do you think we should be behind a
I can't
bush
see it.
relative to the blacked out part? The goat. fogged?
What's up? I'm sorry.
Oh, I was thinking maybe we should meet so that there's a bush between us and the fogged out area.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get everyone together. I don't really care where we meet. Like, we can meet
Well, I was
wherever.
just thinking undercover would be best.
That's fine.
We at the point where we can do stuff yet, or
Yeah,
are
I
we still
mean,
working on
yeah,
it?
y'all can do whatever. I was just trying to get your tokens in there for your tiny servants people.
Yeah, that's cool.
My
So
bad.
Um,
Bob, right? He's going to come down this way so he can see Chip. So Chip can hear
Yeah.
Jaron, right?
Yeah.
So then when Happy messages Chip, Chip can message back that Jaron's saying to meet over by the pool. Is that right?
Yeah, we can meet. And we can meet by the bush. Karen starts migrating towards Venlee. And we can.
Avvina angrily, like, this is probably the most emotion you've seen out of her, or heard. She just, like, angrily, like, pounds the ground as she, like, sits up on her elbows, and, like, fire explodes out from her as she summons her fire spirit. Before she stands up and starts looking around to see where she is now and what's happened. Ready to shoot the first thing she sees.
Does anybody remember me sending a Pamplemousse token? Brian, do you have that? I can make one. I just don't want to have to if I don't have to.
I don't recall there being one, no.
Okay. I had one at one point with your artwork, but I can't remember what I did with it.
I remember it. It's
Yeah.
just, it's,
I don't think I ever had it.
yeah.
I'll get it to you if you don't have it. I sent it somewhere, but I don't remember if I
It
sent
should be in,
You posted it into Discord, but I
Yeah.
remember seeing
it's
it.
Yeah, it's in a Discord
way up
chat.
there.
That's what I was looking and I didn't see it, but I guess I don't remember if it was in Candlekeep or in the between session roleplay. I'll find it real quick. But for right now, Brian, your little guy next to you is your Pamplemousse.
Got it.
Get it straight out.
So
Right.
where do we all want to meet up? And I send this message telepathically. So.
Yeah, you said behind the tree, right?
Yeah.
Or the bush?
Yeah.
Meet up behind the bush.
Yes.
Well, I guess first of all, it takes a little while for Mel and Pump to burrow their way back out from underneath the sod.
Yeah.
But of course, once they do and they pop up, Mel just says, "Should have taken that left turn at Albuquerque."
So Jaron messaged Chip, and then Happy messaged Chip, and Chip messaged back that we were going to meet behind the tree. So then Happy can see Harvey, so she's going to message Harvey too.
All right, Harvey's floating around. Does Harvey see anything around here? Like what are we? Where are we? What does it look like out here?
Yeah. So Harvey,
I'm up here, I'm not like down in the weeds in the grass.
Harvey, as you fly above, you would take notice of a thrown together, almost impromptu looking campsite and a strange gathering of people. Let me unfog it, and you'll have to describe it to them because as of right now, they have not approached or seen it.
I'm going to be back in just a minute, guys.
I'll yell at Harvey. Hey, Harvey. Come on down.
And Harvey, you can talk to me telepathically, and I'll hear it. Okay.
All right, Harvey just flies right over here above Chip, and it just folds his wings and falls out of the sky.
Okay.
So it falls like right on top of me.
No, right next to you.
Okay. Those wings are very convenient.
Yeah.
Sometimes I forget they're there.
Yes. Sometimes I forget to brush my teeth.
So where we want to trek to, people? You want to?
There's a campground over there.
Yeah, you think we should explore it?
I don't know. Are you hungry? I could use a bite to eat.
And as you
can
guys start
always
talking
use
about
a bite
food,
to eat.
Chip starts walking towards the camp out of hunger.
Yeah, let's walk towards the camp.
All right. So as you approach the camp, you hear off in the distance.
Pulls out glaive.
Roll me a perception check.
Before I do, pulls out glaive.
Go for it.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm gonna cast guidance on
And
myself.
for anyone that's having trouble with,
casting guidance, because that was a 9.
all right. So Chip, with your perception of an 11, as you round the corner, you see a huge furry beast standing on all four with a hunchback. It
Is that what
has
these little things are?
clawed-like feet. You can only see this one. Unfortunately, because I'm DM running the map.
I can't see anything besides like a little scarecrow thing.
Okay, so that's Avvina's thing then. Let me undo it. So you're not looking at Twitch then, so that's good. Ah, crap! It's doing that thing again. There we go. No. There we go.
Unhide, joking.
All right. So as you round the corner and walk into the clearing,
Damn.
you see a furred beast with a harness in its mouth.
Oh, fuck.
Salivating teeth. It is chained to a post, and it has a large hunched back with a leather saddle affixed to it. Its body and its form do not look dog-like, do not look cat-like, and do not look horse-like. But as you approach closer, you hear the thing go.
Nice,
And
dude.
off in the distance, you hear a strange voice. Shut up! Or we'll be eating you too!
Does it look like it's friendly?
Those things are evil. Chaotic evil.
What do you want to do?
Oh shit.
I'm gonna let other people decide.
I'll say there's no sense in us sneaking in at this point.
Obviously, they're the ones who dragged us here, so Avvina's going to kill them.
Sounds good to me. Let's
So-
whack some shit.
Is that what you want to do? All right. I was gonna say, hey, you in the camp, show yourselves.
So when you do so, everybody roll initiative. Roll me some initiative.
Roll
Fuck the
some
surprise
initiative.
round.
Huh?
I said, fuck the surprise round.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right.
I really appreciate how
That's really good.
subtle this group is.
We're about as subtle as a fart in the middle of a dining room.
Like, we hadn't even collected everybody together. I came back from the bathroom and it's like, initiative.
Hey,
Right. Okay, that's 20.
I didn't do this one. This one wasn't on me.
Man, that dice roll just hung on the 19 for like a crazy amount of time before it fell
All right.
over to the
So
3.
let me test this out and see if it works real quick. Let's see. We're gonna go into the encounter builder. We're gonna try to roll.
Did anyone really
It should work.
And
It should work. Because it should throw it into the D&D Beyond log, so that should throw it into here as well.
Everyone is there. We're just waiting on you to assign the monsters to their associated initiative.
All right. So I'm just waiting for it to update. It may not.
Can I assume that Happy went with you guys when you went?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you rolled initiative, right? Like you
Yeah,
you
well, I
were
rolled
with
the
us.
bushes, but I was still way behind the other bushes, and I
Oh.
only had 25 feet of movement. So I was like, I'm never gonna get into battle.
Well, yeah, I mean, I figure like we walk there, right? We walk up, and you're like, "Slow down, guys," and then I'm like, "Hey, show yourselves!" You know, like we stop, and then like you catch up, and you're like in the line with us.
So what are these things that we're seeing around the
Goblins.
campfire?
Nope.
No, not goblins.
No, they are not.
How
Y'all
about-
decided to leave before you looked.
Is the
I did
dog?
not leave. I didn't.
Harvey is looking.
Is
Harvey
the
is
This is
orc-
looking.
like a YOLO
The-
episode. I'm just, you
Yo,
know.
is
Can we
the,
roll Arcana or Perception check to see if we know what these things are?
When it's your turn.
okay, kill him. DM, is this a
Okay.
ward? Am I right about that?
Just
Metagaming, you are correct, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's four. Fuck.
why want my guy? I
Oh
wanted
shit,
to-
there's two.
I wanted to move him up to here. And he keeps moving me back. Is it fucking up again?
Yeah, it's been messing up on me a little bit too.
Does anybody need healing before we start beating the crap out of things?
No, we took a long rest, but I don't
Avvina
know.
took some damage.
All right, so when you say show yourselves from the camp, you're instantly met with, come on, VTT. It's like locking
Yeah,
down.
Instead
Well,
of them being
yeah, my
goblins,
my
they're-
initiative roll didn't go, but it went into the
um,
combat tracker. I'm gonna.
There we go. It looks like it's letting me do stuff now. You see, yeah, it's moving stuff back again. So
Oh
bear,
shit.
bear with me if I've got to move tokens around multiple times, because
I'm gonna
Oh,
reload
it's
mine real
hitting you with
quick.
that glitch or whatever.
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
gonna reload mine.
All right, so basically, I'm gonna reset the thing in a minute as well myself. 'Cause, yeah, it's doing it to me like crazy.
Yeah, just DM reload the page, and then we'll all reload the page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Well, either way, I'll just describe what happens real quick while we're waiting, and maybe it'll show up in the game log with the encounters too.
Let
so
us know when you've reloaded.
Yeah.
If we were playing bingo, we'd have to discuss the mechanics of it. We'd have
Well,
to.
that's discussing mechanics of the game is like, you know, every D&D game. Like, there's always that one discussion.
All right. Give me 1 second to join as DM, and we'll see what happens here. So when you announce yourself to camp, you see two brooding male forms walk out from behind orange glow-lit canvas tents that are a little bit off in the distance from where you encounter this snarling beast that stands before you. The two of the men charge in, and well, apparently only one of them charges in. Yep.
The other one does. The other one does.
One.
The other one does the cha-cha.
Whatever. So let's see if I can make these attacks happen.
Oh, there he is. He's back.
We already beat it.
All right. So these first two charge in and immediately track to your voice chip, and both of them are going to reckless attack.
They didn't even
Oh,
make it to me, though.
I know I can't move them because of this stupid thing.
Oh, okay. Bastards.
Unfortunately, I can't do like I do in the other one, but so 24 hits, I'm sure, for the first one.
Oh, yeah.
And then the second one is going to roll with advantage as well. And the second
yay.
one is an 18.
That is a definite hit. Both are
All right,
good.
so you see these two
Heal.
men charge forward at you, one of them wearing scraps of leather with soot-covered chest hairs from sitting close to the fire. The other one has foam at the mouth. It looks like he's got an unknown stain across a red canvas shirt. He wears leather wraps on his hand with a leather wrap across his face that has 2 holes for the eyes. And he has a few missing teeth. His mouth hangs open. The first one announces himself to you as he charges in with his axe and says, "You made a big mistake, bud." And the other one lumbers forward and says, and
How much damage do they do?
the two of them raise great axes above their shoulder and cleave down into you. The first one attacks you for 15 points of slashing damage. The second one attacks you for 14 points of slashing damage as these two berserkers approach you and cleave down across your chest. Their axes now buried at your feet in the soil as they attempt to compose themselves. A few more rush out of the clearing as well, leaving the campsite behind. And one of them goes over to this warg, and it's going to use its action to detach the chain from the post that's on the warg to let it free. The other one is going to stand over here and take notice of the group and say, he's going to look at you all approaching and say,
"Who are you? What business do you have with Malar?"
And with
No
that,
use in talking, friend. We're just going to kill you now.
with that, it's going to be Jaron's turn to start the round off. And it does look like my rolls and damage are showing up in the game log from the encounter builder.
Mine just reset too, so it's good.
That's pretty sweet though, because I can do that without pulling up these character sheets in front of the screen and blocking stuff out.
Super sweet.
Yeah. So don't overthink this combat, guys. Let's try to just plow through it, and then we'll be able to finish out the night.
Stab out of the closest one with a sword, okay?
Alright, so the one adjacent to you, standing directly in front of Chip, that cleaved down into him first and mocked him initially. Go ahead and make your attack.
Well,
I went up.
Is that hit?
Let me see here real quick. It does not hit.
Okay, I'll make my second attack.
Alright.
And that's a 26.
Hits.
And then 9.
Alright, so you do 9 points of damage.
And then bonus action. I'm gonna I'm not gonna do anything.
Alright.
I'm good. Can I hold a bonus action?
Nope.
It has to be an action.
Okay. That's cool and cool.
Alright,
Okay.
so it's going to be Avvina's turn.
How far away am I from them?
You can use, well, I'll have to do it for you because you're on your mobile. To get to the closest enemy would be 25 feet, and that's a warg behind the tree. To get to your friends would be about 40 feet.
We're not friends. She's a witch.
She brought snacks. We're friends.
Did you enjoy that feather fall? That was magic, dude.
Yes, but she's not a witch.
Well, if I could use my character sheet, that'd be nice.
I have your character sheet. What are you trying to do?
I was gonna look at what is it? What's it gonna do? Oh, I was gonna look at Flame Blade.
Flame Blade? Okay.
Nice.
I don't know what action it takes. I forget.
It's okay. I'll look at it for you real quick. So you're saying on Discord you can't go to the D&D Beyond app and use your character sheet?
It's super slow on my tablet.
Okay,
It's
no
finally
worries.
loaded.
Yeah, no worries. It's going a little bit slow for me too, but I'll work through it.
You have to click so
So
many other
Flame
places.
Blade is a bonus action.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you cast it on yourself. Or it's a bonus action spell, excuse me.
Bonus action spell, concentration up to 10 minutes.
So it does have a +8 to hit, so you would need to roll your spell attack for me.
Okay, she's going to actually. So she's going to begin walking towards the. You said what distance? Sorry.
About 25 feet to the closest enemy combatant, 40 to the party.
She's going to summon her flame blade, and then these twig-like wings that are on fire begin to emanate out from her as she approaches the warg, and she's going to use her
Blade.
She's going to, what is it? It's her Fallen Aasimar ability.
That should be under features and
Necrotic
traits, right?
Shroud. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
So when
plot
she gets
depends on
within
the
10 feet of
character.
it, it needs to make a charisma saving throw.
Saving throw. Okay. Let me look at the warg real quick, which is probably not. Oh yeah, pretty bad here. Let's roll it. Fails a charisma save against your DC.
It is frightened of me until the end of my next turn.
All right, and that's once per long rest.
Yes.
It looks like it's. How long does it last?
Lasts for a
1
minute.
minute. Okay, so 1 round of combat, and then you're using the flame blade against it.
It takes my action to use Necrotic Shroud, so I'm just within.
You can
10
bonus
feet.
action flame blade though.
Oh, I can.
Yeah.
It's a weapon. I'll do that.
Okay.
That's
No, I used my bonus action to summon it.
yeah.
Does it
you
attack
use
automatically?
No. You have to use your action in order to make a melee
Yeah,
spell
okay.
attack.
Gotcha.
So I all I did was summon it as I was walking towards it, and then summon a Necrotic Shroud to make it frightened of me.
Yeah, it
I'm
says
gonna
right
get
here you
within
can use your
5 feet
action
of
to
it,
make
so
a
if it
melee
tries
attack.
to-
Okay.
It's a
I'll move you up.
powerful fire.
Yeah, that's
weapon.
pretty sweet. All right.
Use your
Are
action
you
and bonus
staying
action.
within 5 feet or outside of its threat range?
I'm within 5 feet because it is frightened of me. So if it tries to run, I
Get its
will
attack of opportunity.
get an attack of opportunity.
Gotcha.
I'm going to have my Fire Spirit also move up next to it.
Okay.
It's
I did not
chained
make
up.
one for you. Yeah, and
It's
this guy
chained
is
up.
chained up, by the way. So that was pretty smart on your part. All right. So with that,
Hey,
go ahead.
real quick, Ryan. I don't know if you misspoke. Your math is just really bad, but that's 10 rounds of combat.
1 minute.
One
Yeah.
minute,
Sorry.
yeah.
My bad. Yep.
That's okay.
So whose turn is it now?
It is going to be Happy's turn.
Well, who has a higher dex? I mean, I can let her go first, but who has a higher dex?
You probably do, because I'm shy for stuff like that. My dex is +3.
All right, I have a +4.
Yeah, so go ahead.
Show off. I was joking.
I'm a monk.
Always
I will move.
go first.
I'll move right up to this dude here,
Thank you.
and I will start attacking.
Fuck
Forgot how to
them
play
up.
this. Forgot how to play this character.
All right. So you're going to attack this berserker that stands in front of you.
The one right in front of me.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your attack for me.
All right, and that is a. I would say a 26 hits, correct?
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay.
What are you attacking with? Your
my
staff?
quarterstaff my quarterstaff of warning.
Okay.
So
you walk forward with full confidence and you pull the quarterstaff of warning from the leather loop that you wear across your back. Kind of like Donatello, the Ninja Turtle, it just stays strapped there, ready to go. As you inflict 11 points of bludgeoning damage, whacking it aside the head, as it still struggles with the axe in the soil, trying to pull it up, having cleaved across Chip's chest.
And then I will attack again.
Okay, so now that you've knocked it upside the head...
Oh, actually, you know what? Hold on. I will stun him.
Stunning
Okay.
strike.
I can do that. I will do a stunning strike. So
taking it.
DC 15 con save.
All right, let's go ahead and roll a Constitution save for Buckaroo here. Passes.
Stunning
Oh, okay.
strike.
That's fine.
So you knock it into you knock it in its head, and in its state of berserk anger, it looks at you dead in the face and just goes, "What you got?"
I got a 22 to hit.
Definitely hits. As you wheel around with your staff, spinning it in the palm of your hand, you grip it at the last moment with your offhand, grasping it like a baseball bat, and you swing it across the other cheek. You do 12 points of bludgeoning damage, and in a quippy way, Venlee looks at this berserker and says, "Well, they do say turn the other cheek."
And I will, I'll just stand right there. I don't care. I've already used one key point, so I'll just stand right there. Let's see,
Right.
I don't think let's see what other bonus I have. I don't use any. Oh, I can still, have an unarmed strike. I can make an unarmed strike as a bonus action.
Go for it.
Okay. So let's unarmed strike this some bitch. Come on, stupid thing. Unarmed strike. Yo! You're welcome. It's 15.
All right. You stash your staff around yourself as you spin, having heaved the full weight of it forward like a baseball bat. And as you spin on your toe with follow through, the staff tucks behind your back. You take your offhand, reel it back, and just cold cock him right in the nose for 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
No, that was it. That was the hit.
Oh, that does hit. Okay, go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay. So it's still 7 damage.
Okay, cool. To add insult to injury, you just bop him on the nose for 7 more points of bludgeoning damage, leaving his face a bloody mess. And he grunts and shrugs it off as it switches to Happy's turn.
Okay. So now, if I cast Hypnotic Pattern and I get half of these 2 big guys into that area, do they have to roll for that? Or do I have to have all 4 of their squares in that area?
I'm not sure on the details of that spell. What does it say? I apologize.
Oh, no, that's fine. It's a 30-foot cube. And so I can get the monster on the top and the monster on the bottom. I can get half of each one of them.
Oh, that should be, yeah. That should
Yeah,
be.
Yeah, I mean, if it overlaps
typically,
their space,
yeah.
then it would technically count as having them encompassed in the spell's effect.
Okay, so yeah, it would cover 2 squares of it. Okay, so I'm going to cast Hypnotic Pattern. And so that has a 30-foot cube, and they need to make a wisdom save of 17. And if I start it on the square in front of me, go ahead.
Okay, sorry. If you can double click on the map where you want the top corner to be,
Okay.
I'll know what you're trying to do.
Yeah, the bush in front of me, and then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to here.
Yep.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to here.
Okay, I can see it now. So you're trying to get this whole gang of people.
Oh,
It'll
good
get
lord.
5 of these guys plus half each of these 2 guys, and they need to make a wisdom 17 save.
All right, yeah, it's fine. Just give me a moment to do the save and everything.
While he's doing that, what does your pattern look like?
It looks like Lancelot Link's back screen, right? With all of the like paisley, floaty colors, lava lampy stuff going on. In fact, we may even hear with the faint strains of a Lancelot Link song in the background.
I like the effect.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that's pretty.
All right, and I'm working on Avvina's Wicker Man guide too, so give me 1 second for that as well. And I'm going to do some saves for you. So we've got, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Berserkers and 2 Wargs that I got to make
I think
saves.
it's all of them, I think.
Yeah, it got them all in that area.
Yeah, just not whatever in the campsite.
And you said this was a what save again? A wisdom?
It's a wisdom DC 17.
All right. So 1 fails. That stands by the warg. The one just below the warg in the center of the effect fails. The one standing in front of Chip instantly fails. The one standing in front of Venlee fails as well. The warg passes Oh wait, I rolled for the wrong thing for that. So the last guy standing in the furthest corner away that did not unlock a warg is the only one that's passed so far.
Okay.
And then as far as the warg is concerned, oh shit, those were rolls for the warg. I hadn't switched to the berserker. So let me do that over again. I apologize. Well, it would have been the same thing. They both have the same wisdom modifier. So let me roll for this other warg real quick to see if it saves, and then we'll move on. Wisdom. And the warg to the south does not save. So the chained up warg and all the other combatants fail their save. The only guy that manages to resist the snare of your spell's effect is this guy in the south corner. Southeast corner.
The warg at the bottom?
No, the berserker that was had not walked forward yet to unlock him.
Okay, so both the wargs failed?
Yeah, both the wargs failed and all of the berserkers failed.
Okay, outstanding. Okay, so they're instantly charmed, and they become charmed for the duration.
Charmed for the duration.
And it reduces. They're incapacitated and have a speed of 0.
Oh shit.
And it lasts for up to 1 minute as long as I can maintain concentration.
Alright, so unfortunately I can't add effects to these guys as a group, so I have to do it one at a time here real quick.
And what is incapacitate? So they can't move? Can they do anything else?
Oh my gosh.
Means
Dude, did your spell effect automatically do it? Oh, you added tokens for me. Happy, did you add conditions to these for me? Is somebody helping me out?
Clicked on them as you were moving back and forth, but I didn't do anything. I thought.
Well, yeah, because it's like automatically applying these spell conditions to
that's
it.
awesome.
Yeah,
No,
there's
I was
condition markers.
adding.
Huh?
So you can't
adding
take. So you can't take actions or reactions.
You can't do anything, and there's no saves. It just lasts for a minute.
Wow.
Or until they take damage, right?
What spell is this?
Hypnotic Pattern.
No, I think it's until
It's
Until
1
you-
minute of duration.
concentration.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you can still beat the crap out of them.
Yeah, I think,
And
let's see.
and I think we get advantage on the I don't even know if it doesn't matter. I don't think, but
They
If
can
they're
grab,
unconscious, it's
shove,
considered critical.
They lose their
Capacity, we should get advantage, right?
Hold on.
actions.
Thomas just said something. What was up, Thomas?
If a target is incapacitated, it counts as a critical hit.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but if they take damage, they come out of the
Yeah.
condition.
So basically, you get one free smack a whack, and pray to God you drop them on the hit.
Well, let's get all the little guys first.
Yeah, let's kill everybody else.
Yeah, kill them.
Make sure Happy doesn't get hit, because if concentration breaks.
Yeah, and then my I'm gonna hide. Can I just hide in this bush?
Yeah.
Harvey's like, who's got rope?
Roll me a stealth check to see how well you stay hidden.
Okay.
this one here, this one at the bottom right has it too. I think.
No, that one got a mute. That one was completely
Yeah, that one
muted
passed.
free.
Stealth?
So I'm still confused about how that happened. Did somebody go through and add conditions?
Jason.
Yes.
Guilty. Yeah.
Okay, no, I'm totally fine with that. It honestly helps me out a crap ton.
Cool.
So, I mean, if players have the ability to do things
We
with their
do.
character and change stuff, like, y'all help me out. I'm totally
We can
cool
do
with that.
auras, markers, conditions, and size.
That's
Jason.
cool.
Yep.
That's super badass. I'm all about that.
If
But
it'll
we
be
can't. We can't draw we can't draw penises on the map.
Yeah, you know what?
Like-
They need to take a page out of Alberti is take a look for that one, because that is pretty fun.
it'll help, I can just go through and kill all of them. Would that be helpful?
All right, so
Yeah.
it is going to now be back to the Berserkers' turns. So all of the Berserkers within the spell's effect look around at each other and mumble in their total state of incapacitatedness. You see this Berserker here unaffected by the spell, and he says, "But that's strange." And he turns over his shoulder and says, "Hey, boys, come join the fun." And as he does, 3 additional combatants rush out of tents that they were sleeping in and move forward. All of the 4 that are unaffected are going to rush forward and attack recklessly. So the first one goes for Harvey. One of them is going to finish.
Well, hold on a second. How did they? So they moved from the tent, so they still get to attack?
Yeah, it counts as a base movement to move from the
It
tent.
looks like it's more than 35 feet.
Yeah, it's a lot of feet there.
So lots of feats.
Looks like
Lots of feats.
DM.
They're
Did we
monks.
walk? Did we
I am
walk?
the
you?
DM. I am the DM.
I don't give. Doesn't matter to me. I don't give a fuck.
They all have elven boots of speed.
All right, so
Rogues, man, they get cunning action.
the first Berserker squares off with Harvey and is going to reckless attack.
Just spontaneously give them all the charger feet so they all get +5 damage too.
17, I don't think hits you, does it, Harvey?
Misses.
Yeah,
Alright. So that one swings forward wide and actually clacks his axe into the back of the head of the one standing next to Jaron. This one is going to take his attack as
damn
well
it.
recklessly.
Attack me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's going to be a 19 to hit.
It doesn't hit.
Okay. Same situation. He reaches up for his axe, and after being battered in the head with his friend's wild swing, he attempts to recover his stance, hoists his axe above his head, and as he goes to make a strike, the axe falls behind his back, and the weight of it carries him back. Then the one near Avvina sees her attack the warg,
Well,
rushes
technically.
forward.
Didn't
23 hits, I'm sure.
Let's see. Let me look at something.
Yeah,
Is it when
it's a 23.
causing? I think it's only when I transform. So, when he ends his foot movement within 5 feet of me, I'm going to shift around to the other side of the warg using skirmisher.
Okay.
So he has to move further if he wants to get within melee.
Okay. I'll just say that you use that and you're able to move out of his path within a flash as he tries to approach to attack you. So now there's a soul combatant hanging toward the back here, and he looks at you all as you're squared off with his buddies, and he says,
Malar sent us here for blood, and soon enough we'll have it. My life's not important. What's important is that unicorn.
and he laughs, and he takes his axe and charges forward, and somewhat blindly, he's going to rush in and try to take a swing at Chip with disadvantage, reaching between his friend, who stands incapacitated in front of him. And that's going to be an 18 to hit.
That hits.
All right, so he lunges forward with his great axe, swings down past his buddy, and does 14 points of slashing damage as another axe catches across your chest.
You said 14?
Yes. And with
All so bad. I haven't even gotten to have my turn yet, so I haven't even gotten to rage.
with that, it's going to be Chip's turn,
So
because all of the other
I'll heal you.
berserkers are incapacitated and the wargs are incapacitated.
So I'm going to go ahead and rage as a bonus action. Just super pissed. I've been slashed and cut up, and I have not gotten any of my resistances this whole time. Been waiting patiently. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn to that sorry son of a gun that hit me. That right here, right in front of Jaron. And he's going to taste it. My glaive coming straight for him. And since I'm raging, what is it? I don't have advantage on him right now, do I?
Not unless you roll.
He attacked recklessly.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
he
do.
did? He
Yeah.
attacked. Well, no, he did, right?
Yeah, but that grants you advantage against attacks
Yeah,
against
so
him.
I
So
don't need
technically, when it's y'all's turn, you all have advantage to attack all of these guys, in addition to the fact that they're incapacitated.
Some
Well, you mean the new ones, right?
The first attack,
Hits.
22.
Definitely.
Second attack. Huh. 14.
Also hits.
Really? Okay.
Yep, they have pretty low AC.
Alright. So this is gonna be whatever I roll with +2 because I'm raging.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
14.
oh, that guy's not critical, is he? No.
13.
So 14 for the first hit,
Oh, cool.
and 10 for the second hit.
Pretty
And
good.
since I activated my rage, I can't, as my bonus action, I can't get a third strike in. So,
It's pretty good.
yep. So I end my turn. Oh wait, I totally forgot to use my feat, which gives me +10 to my attacks. Oh my grocery.
Yeah.
Well, either way, you connected, so.
It's too late. Oh well.
How much total damage was that? I'm looking at the lore.
24.
No, it was
24.
24. Was it 24?
24.
Because
Okay.
he had +2.
Yeah, we'll go with 24. That's fine.
Okay.
So your glaive, you pull it off your back, and you stand your ground after taking the assault of these two great axes, wipe some of the blood from your chest, and with a rage in your eyes, you take the glaive and you literally thrust it forward straight into the Berserker's chest, who stands behind his friend. And with that, it is going to be Harvey's turn.
Harvey's going to look at the one in front of him who tried to attack him. He's going to look at the cigar. Put that out. Put it in his pouch. Save it for later. Just with it like a heavy sigh. Just
Poor
a heavy
sucker.
fucking sigh. He's just going to fucking go off on this dude. So this one.
Poor bastard.
Has this one attacked recklessly? I believe so. Yeah,
Yeah,
right?
they've all attacked recklessly.
All right, so first attack 26,
Hits.
second attack 27.
Also, super hits.
All right, ignore this next one.
Does not hit.
Ignore that one.
Okay.
I hit the button.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna go ahead and spend a key to flurry of blows. So it's gonna be a 10 to hit.
It does not.
All right, I'm gonna spend a key. Does a 12 hit?
Does not.
Does a 14 hit?
Yes.
All right, so that's 2 key. And the last flurry of blows attack, 27 to hit.
Definitely
Nice.
hits. Yeah, that clicking
All
is
right.
coming through again. I'm not sure who it's from.
All right, that's going to be 15, 28. Oop, ignore this next one. Ignore this next one. Hit the button. Fuck me. 28 plus 10, 38,
Oh, jeez.
44 points of damage total.
All right. How do you want to do this?
Lord.
I figure I have the crusher feet in there too. I would like to, with the last one, just kick him in the fucking air, and then swat him with the wing and slap him across the ground. Stupid motherfucker. Pull out my suit. Pull out my cigar.
You knock him to the ground, and his friends look over at you with their jaws clenched tight, like a magical rigor mortis is set in, and all of them make a slightly audible as they see their friend obliterated in front of them. And with that, it's going to take us to Mel's turn. Mel and Pump, what you got? I think you're muted, Brian. Or your
Yep,
audio
I
is
am.
not coming through. Sorry.
I'm already coming around now. Okay, cool. So I guess we just unburied ourselves from the sod to pretty much find that nobody else is there.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Forgot about Mel.
That's cool.
Team. Happy message, team.
And he hears, yeah, but he's got lots of voices in his head.
True.
So let's see. So I guess he hears all the commotion. So that they're gonna move over there. I guess like 10, 15, like 25. Is that as far as I can get? I guess I can see them from here though. That's cool.
Yeah, you definitely can.
And we'll just move him up there. And he looks at everybody who's just like completely ignored him, and he says, I said I should have taken that left turn at Albuquerque. And he casts hideous laughter on this one that's on this guy right here.
Okay.
So give me a wisdom save there.
All right.
So awful.
That's what I'm here
That's a
for.
fail.
Cool. So yeah, so hideous laughter. Where was I? It's a Tasha spell too, so that's nice.
Does he roll on the ground and?
Yep, he falls prone, and now he's also incapacitated, but he is rolling around laughing and unable to stand. I wanted to do it on one of the wargs, but they're already fascinated, so I guess that would be a waste. So so similar to the situation that the other guys are in, hypnotized, only he's also prone.
Okay, cool. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
Nah.
Okay. And with that, it's going to take us back up to the top of the round with Jaron. So you stand before a berserker, a large, hulking, strange-looking humanoid with pocked skin and seeping boils and bloody scrapes and wounds across its body that basically flails and flops around with this, drunken laughter. What would you like to do?
If I remember Tasha's hideous laughter, it breaks when I attack. Is that true?
We can double check it, or Brian can.
Yep.
Okay.
But it is prone.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess I'll attack, and I'll just smite it to death.
Hang on. Correction. He gets to make a savings throw at the end of each of his turns, and he gets, or when he takes damage, he will get advantage on the save if you do damage, but he doesn't automatically come out of it. He just gets to save with advantage when you do.
Okay.
So, but on my first attack, I get to roll with advantage.
Yep.
Because he's down. So, I guess.
Well, you get to roll all of your attacks with advantage against him because he reckless attacked you.
Yeah.
Oh.
But he's also falling on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way you can't hit this guy. Let's just put it that way.
Really?
Don't say that.
Yeah.
So I accomplished nothing. Alright, that's cool.
So it hits.
It hits him, and then I'm gonna hit him, and then I'm gonna smite him.
Now, is this auto crit because they're incapacitated, Thomas?
Yes.
I think you said something about that. So
Yeah, he's.
Because of their incapacitation.
No, that's paralyzation. It's always confusing. It's paralyzed as auto crit.
Let me just double check.
I saw one thing that they
That's
were
right.
within 5 feet that they could be auto crit. That was not in D&D Beyond.
And then I'm gonna try and smite him for another 11 damage. And then I'm gonna attack him again. Do I still have advantage on attack?
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, he reckless attacked, so you have advantage.
Okay.
So 14 and 11 so far, so you've done 25 points of damage.
And then I roll again. I got it, 26. But
Definitely hits.
So here's the rule for conditions. Sorry for being rude.
No, you're good, dude.
A paralyzed creature is incapacitated. See the condition, and cannot move or speak. The creature automatically fails strength, dexterity saving throws. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage. Any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet of the creature.
Oh, okay. So can I re-roll my damage?
Yeah,
DM?
that's fine.
Okay.
I'll
so
just add the difference.
I'm gonna. Well, this is the first.
All right.
This is the first.
So we'll go with your previous damage on the longsword.
Yeah, and then this is
The smite.
second long sword.
All right.
And
So
then
15.
I have to reroll the smite because it doubles too. Because when you crit on your attack, you crit on the smite.
Yep.
So
I'll be right back.
20 plus 15 plus 14.
How do you want to do this?
Well, I take one good whack at him while he's laughing at the ground, and I cast Divine Smite, and Holy Light comes out of my hand with kind of a little bit of darkness mixed into it, and then while he's still laughing on the ground, I take another hard whack at him, and he just I split him open like that with my sword, and his guts start seeping out.
So you take your final coup de grace against this guy laying on the ground, and when your sword's plunged into his belly, you give it a quick twist and a rip, just spilling his guts out all over the ground.
Ryan, just for future.
Uh-huh.
A paralyzed creature is incapacitated. An incapacitated creature is not paralyzed. Incapacitated just means you can't take actions or reactions.
I was just about to put that in the chat.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we'll just move forward from there. It's okay. That guy was pretty low
from
on.
now on, just to let you know.
Okay. No, I appreciate it. I mean, I'm a storytelling DM. I'm not a rules DM. I don't know all the subtleties. I definitely appreciate it.
I was just confused myself on what it was.
Yeah.
Me too.
No, we've all clarified, and going forward, we won't give the crit. And with that, it's going to be Avvina's turn.
I mean, we'll take the crit. I mean, if you want to give the crit, we'll take the crit.
Can I just take my bonus action real quick? It won't affect
Yeah, you're
me.
fine. You're good.
I'm good. Cast healing word on. Yep.
Healing word on everyone?
No, on Chip.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So you take your free hand from the sword while it's still plunged into the berserker at your feet, and magical energy emanates from your fingertips. This energy still swirls out from your finger with a black, milky-like ichor that surrounds Chip's body, flowing down his skin like a barrier outside of where his skin and hair meet the magical surface of the spell. And Chip, you are healed for 11 points, which I don't know if he's present right now. I think he had to step away.
Yeah, that's
But
nice.
We'll just remind him when he comes back. And with that, it's going to be Avvina's turn.
What did the warg do on my on its turn?
Nothing, because it was incapacitated and it's chained to a post, so it can't really go anywhere. So right now, they're all sitting ducks.
Putting it down. Would you allow me to use sneak attack on my flame blade?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay, because I have my spirit next to me. I will.
You also have advantage anyway, I think, because it's
of the
incapacitated. I don't know.
Yeah, you guys put them in a really good position. I mean, Happy definitely threw out like the nuke of a spell at the beginning of this combat.
Yeah, and that was perfectly timed too. Like right
seriously,
before their turn.
bravo.
I was waiting for you guys to rush in and get in the middle of it all, because I always have these great area spells that I never get to do.
I'm actually going to award inspiration to Happy for that.
Hey!
Woo!
Flame blade.
All right. So you're making your attack with Flame Blade. Do you need me to do the attack?
I think I can do it.
Okay.
I have advantage.
Yes, and then you get your sneak attack damage.
Then I also get necrotic shroud damage.
Yeah.
And I'd say I guess technically incapacitated doesn't mean advantage. If I stun it, it has advantage. God, it's so much stuff to look at.
Yeah, it hits.
Awesome.
Yeah, the AC is pretty low for these guys. It's not too hard to get them.
Okay.
So you pull a magical ritual witch's dagger from up your sleeve. The dagger itself has a spade-like point that comes to an abrupt, sharpened tip that seems to perpetually sparkle with an ember-like flame. Up the vein of the dagger, you see a blood-like energy coursing through the groove that is emulated with fire. As the flame surrounds your hand where you grip onto the blade and you thrust it forward, about a 2-foot emanation of flame stretches forth from the tip of the dagger, giving it almost the length of like a short sword as you deal 13 points of flame damage.
Nice.
Yep. And then an extra 16 on top of that.
How do you want to do this?
Ooh. Ouch.
So basically I just walked up, dodged out of the way of this thing, and just with a spin, I am just gonna cut its head off.
All right, so your initial thrust, you hit it with your initial thrust in the throat, and then as you pull the dagger out, you spin on your heel, the cloak swirls behind you, and you slash its head from its body. And with that, it's going to be anything else you want to do in your turn?
And then I'm just going to once again step towards this. I had a barbarian next to me, correct?
Berserker, yeah.
Berserker?
Yeah. You're within 5 feet. He's directly to your right.
I'm going to cast Hex on him.
Okay.
Disadvantage on strength checks.
Nice.
Nice. Okay.
And then my spirit is going to move in between us. Or like next to us.
It is already kind of next to you. I'll just say that the spirit goes over here. And
okay.
Does that finish up your turn?
Yep.
All right. So with that, it's going to be Happy's turn.
Or my turn.
Oh, Venlee, sorry.
No problem. Oh God, get off this. Stop. Keep on moving this.
Oh, I'll lock it. Let me go ahead and lock it real quick.
God, I just tried to move the map around and it totally freaked out. I'll take a hit at the guy in front of me.
Okay.
Oh, that's a nat 1. That stinks.
How do you lock these tokens, Jason? Oh, there we go. Lock token in position. There we go.
That's a nat 1 on the first one, and then that's a 19 on the second.
Hits.
Alright, get out of the way, dice. Get out of there, thank you. And then that will be a... Oh God. 5 damage. No. Oh yeah, 5 damage. That stinks. So I guess he's not dead yet. I'll do a flurry of blows against him.
Okay.
So let me confirm that. I get 2 more attacks. Wait, do these have to be unarmed? I cannot remember.
Flurry of blows do have to be unarmed strikes.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, it's 1d6 or 1d8, doesn't matter. Unarmed. I mean, it's all still the same to me. 22.
Nice. Definitely hits.
Let me see how that damage looks. Okay, that's gonna be 6 damage. How does he look?
Bloodied.
Is he close?
Ish, yeah.
Okay, I'm just trying to think. I got other crap. I'm going to use another key point for hand to harm for 1d6 plus 4 necrotic. So that's another 6 damage. And I still have one more attack. Better kill this son of a bitch. I spent a lot of key points on this one dude. 17.
Also hits.
Okay. God damn. 5. So 5.
Not your friend.
11.
How do you want to do this?
Okay. I punch him the first time and my hand just grows like black with necrotic damage on the last one. Or the second to last one.
Okay.
Just kind of punches him and you see his face start to go away. And then I just turn around and I kick him right in the face.
So as you
with like a roundhouse.
As you roundhouse kick this guy's necrotic face, you see a bit of his lower jaw rip from his face as it's flung from the socket and spins wild over his head and actually knocks Chip upside the side of his face as he falls dead. With that, it is going to be, I believe, Chip's turn, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's Happy.
Happy's turn.
Happy.
So
Sorry about that.
is Thomas back?
Yeah, sorry.
Yes.
Okay. So I was gonna send Bob over to touch Chip and use close wounds, so you can roll 1 hit die plus your con.
Well, and he already got 11 hit points too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys have done pretty good.
But
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay in the bush, you know. So and then I was gonna send Bob over to ask if Mel's okay, because remember I can see and hear some like Mel. Bob can talk now, so Bob's like, Mel, are you okay?
I got 4 HP back.
Pretty
Well,
good.
Yeah, it's better than nothing, I'll tell you that. I'm happy
well,
with every bit.
Did you also got 11 before that?
Yes.
15 altogether. And so
Yes. I'm
So,
at
Mel, are you
44.
okay? Bob's asking.
I mean, Mel doesn't respond just because sometimes books talk to him, and he likes to make sure the books are really talking to him before, like, he commits to a conversation.
I think he's gonna like dance and he's gonna sing "Don't Worry, Be Happy." Dude, are you okay? That's fine. Compliment. Is everything okay?
Pump, do you see this?
So Pump looks at the floating book, and then he reaches up as though he's trying to pluck Tiny Bob from its pages that's riding it with the paintbrush like a steering wheel plunged into the page as he sort of draws his path, and Pumplamoose sort of waves like and then looks over at Mel and says like trying to get your attention.
Well, I'm glad we got that cleared up.
So Happy goes, "Yep, he's fine. That's totally normal behavior."
Is there anything else you wanted to do with your turn, Happy?
I'm just gonna stay in the bush.
Okay. So with that, it's going to take us to Chip's turn. Oh shit! I accidentally deleted Chip from the combat tracker.
Oh no.
Oops.
Yeah.
Chip died.
All right. What do you want to do, Chip?
So, well, because of my glaive, I have reach of 10 feet.
Yep.
So even though that he's not in front of me, I can still hit the purple person directly behind the person who is
Incapacitated.
Incapacitated.
Hey,
Yep.
that guy doesn't look like he is incapacitated. Is that the one guy that actually isn't incapacitated?
Yeah, there are two of them. This
two
guy
of 'em.
here and this guy here.
Oh, did they not get their turns?
They
No.
did, but they
Okay.
yeah.
Sorry.
They didn't do
So,
shit.
this is the first roll. I'm going to relentlessly rage this guy.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll with all advantages, but they'll get advantage on attacking me. Well, anyone will.
Great
So
weapon master.
Yep, Great Weapon Master, so minus 5 penalty to my glaive. So it's going to mean that I roll with a +4 on whatever I roll.
Okay.
So this is the first roll. This isn't even with advantage. Oh, this isn't my advantage roll. Second
Why?
one. So the second roll was a 19, so 19 plus 4. Does that hit?
Yeah. At this point, you guys have been whacking them on them pretty well. Their AC's at 13.
Okay.
So just so we can move forward, anything above that, you guys know will hit, and just move into your attack.
Second one will definitely be a hit.
Yep.
Second attack will definitely be a hit. And then I'm going to spin the glaive around, and then with a reach, since it still is a glaive, it gets 10-foot reach. I'm gonna bop this dude with my the back end of my glaive. It's gonna do a little less damage, but 5 plus 4, nah, so that misses. So I miss. So
Okay.
you get a little too fancy.
So you got 3 attacks that connected and 2 that did not.
If you're
Three attacks, but 2 connected.
Okay, I got you. I see multiple custom rolls what it's showing.
Mm-hmm.
If you're reckless, that last one was still with advantage.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and
Once
reroll
you
that as
claim
well.
reckless, everything's advantage.
That's a critical hit.
Awesome. So go ahead and roll me some damage for the 2 regular attacks, and then the crit damage last.
Plus your 10 for
Plus
each
your
hit.
rage. Yeah.
So 25 for the first hit.
Yeah.
17 for the second hit.
Jeez.
Plus your rage.
Yeah, plus 2 for both.
So
which
another
would be
4.
Another 4, and then I gotta roll a d4. Yeah, 2 d4s. Plus 6, plus 10. So 4
That dude's
plus
gone.
Yeah. How do you want to do this?
plus 10. So yeah, I got 6 plus 16.
Pretty sure you split his head
one
wide
else.
open.
So yeah, it's just like
Ashley's in the
literally-
kitchen and she hears me say, "How do you want to do this?" And she's like, "Good God!" And she's like, "It's like every 5 seconds."
We're good at what we do.
But yeah, so basically like
Brutal.
overhand, like stab in the shoulder,
so treat-
overhand stab in the right in the chest, and then spin the glaive around to just like reach over top of the guy's head, and then come around and crack him in the bottom of his jaw and snap his neck.
So Venlee and Jaron, as you all stand next to Chip, you see him swing this massive glaive. This glaive is taller than Chip, and Chip himself is a tall, imposing, very broad-shouldered, strong woodsman. The shaft of the glaive actually looks like it's made out of bar steel, and it's about a 3-inch diameter pole. The weight of the glaive alone would be probably about 50 or 60 pounds, and then the blade of the glaive is almost as tall and wide as Venlee's torso. This thing looks like one of those Chinese halberd weapons that you see like in kung fu movies, like a dynasty warrior would have. And he just like spins and swirls this thing around with a complete fury. Strings of spit fly off his teeth, and beads of sweat just fling off of his arms. And you can see steam rising from him as his face and skin grow red. A sweat starts to drench his body as he just heaves all these attacks across the guy in front of him who's incapacitated, directing each precision blow to thrust through this unwitting berserker that charged forward. He Swiss cheesed the hell out of this guy, and the dude stands for a few moments and just goes, and he's gonna fall forward into this guy, and this guy's gonna be knocked prone.
I vomit on Chip's feet.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. So it's gonna be Harvey's turn.
Harvey is going to take a look around. There's only one of these people not currently still affected by this this stuff, this spell.
You got the big warg too.
Yeah.
Looks like we got some friends from Homebrew Cafe. Yo, thanks for the raid, y'all.
Hell yeah.
Hey y'all.
All right, Harvey's gonna move over. Harvey's gonna very, very particularly just step over this guy right here. You know, just stepping over him, not trying to step on him, avoiding the blood. And he's hopping. He's hopping like 8 fucking feet because it's awful what Harvey just did to this fellow. And Harvey's gonna go ahead and take a look at this warg right here. Yeah, fuck it. We're gonna go ahead and take some attacks. So he shoulders his axe. Oops, that's a damage roll. Fuck me. D&D Beyond app. Ooh, it's a great app. 26.
Super hits.
All right, that's 15 damage on that one.
Nice.
I already rolled it.
Is this Bourbon Jason again today?
Is it Bourbon Jason?
I cannot confirm nor deny.
I mean, it could have been Feywild Weed, Jason.
It's 24 to hit. No, that's nice.
That also super hits.
So that's going to be 12 more. So it's a total of 27. How do you want to do this?
Right
Yay.
Oh, just like I don't know. I saw our comrade cut the head off the other one. So Harvey's like squares up with the thing's head and takes his axe and just swings it, and his wings, they just kind of flow through the air as almost like his hips are a fulcrum, and the rest of it is one of those little bird things that just keep tapping.
Oh, gosh, like the toothpick things with the water
little
inside.
Toothpick bird.
That's awesome.
Splits his head in half. Just opens him up like a Stranger Things Demogorgon.
So you cleave forward and split the skull right open.
Yeah, and then since Harvey has quite a bit of movement speed, so that was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, Harvey can make it over here. And then he's going to go ahead and spend another key to flurry of blows on this fucking guy.
All right.
Now, he's attacked recklessly as well, correct?
Yeah. Literally all the Berserkers charge in and attack reckless.
Okay. That's
Also
a 26 to hit. And then last flurry of blows. 17 to hit.
Nice. So you land a few square punches right in the guy's bread basket, knocking the wind out of him as he goes...
That's 16 points of damage there.
All right.
Still alive.
Yeah, you pummeled this dude in front of Avvina.
He's gonna. Harvey's gonna use Crusher since he's gonna knock him 5 feet this way.
Okay. So as he is forced out, technically, rules as written, forced movement does not trigger attack of opportunity. Correct. But for the sake of moving things along, I am going to give Avvina and her fire spirit attacks of opportunity against this berserker.
Ooh, okay.
Oh yeah.
A kind and benevolent DM.
And with after you, it's going to be Mel on deck. So 16 points of that hits with your flame blade. Sorry, I thought that was damage first.
No, it's I'm just gonna roll all these sixes normally. I'm not gonna roll the damage roll.
Yeah, that's fine. I think it's like 3d6 or something like that for your flame blade.
Yeah, 3d6 plus 2d6 for my sneak attack. If I get that on reaction, I don't remember.
Yeah, we'll give it to you. Why not? He's pinned in. You were pincering. You said how much?
So 20 damage.
Nice.
Sweet.
So as this berserker is thrust past you in a swoosh, your reaction is you reach into your cloak and in a flash produce the green blade, which is, or the flame blade, which is like your witch's ceremonial dagger, and you just plunge it into his chest, adding to the momentum that pushes him back.
Oh, and then my fire spirit, I suppose.
Yep.
Oh, that did. I don't know why that. Don't worry about that.
I'm not sure either, but apparently someone got 14 HP.
I don't know who did. You know,
Kill him,
Just-
don't heal him.
you know. This is the part where I betray you all.
Right.
Pull him up and then hit him again. Yeah.
Maybe Chip was right all along. Traveling with witches is precarious business.
You know.
Was that an attack, or you just used some? Was that an attack?
No, that was me trying to navigate. My fire spirit doesn't actually have like a opportunity attack, so
Okay.
let's just
Yeah, and
continue.
doing it on a phone or a tablet is,
Okay. Well, then we'll just skip past that. So it is going to be Mel's turn. Mel and
Cool.
Pump, you stand there with Bob in your midst, and you notice and hear the chaos and see the light and production of spell effects going off, and the cries of agony and bestial sounds as your friends tear asunder their approaching attackers.
Well, I thought it was funny. All right. Let's see. So I guess I will meander towards it a little bit further. 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. I am so slow. On the other side of this bush, can I see like what's happening on the other side? All right, that's cool.
You look
So,
through the crack in these two hedges here, and you see the corpse of the warg chained to the post, and a floor, this forested floor littered with at least 3 or 4 more bodies.
Can I see this wounded guy here?
Yeah.
All right, cool. And Pump will come up to guard my flank here. And I guess that it looks like nothing much more interesting here is happening. So I'm just going to get out my trusty carrot.
Nice.
And I'm going to shoot 2 baby carrots at him.
So
Pew
you produce your little carrot pistol.
Pew. Let's see.
And when you say that, Pump looks back at you and he says, pew pew.
Oh wait, I get advantage on him, right? Still, because he recklessly attacked. All right, cool. So let me just roll that the second time. All right, so the first shot is a 21 to hit, and I'll just actually, clear that, and I'll just roll the other one with advantage there. I'll just roll both. Ooh, a crit.
All right, yeah. So first attack hit, second was a crit.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so why does it say? Why did it do that with Eldritch Blast? It's just supposed to be 2. All right, well here, let me just do it this way.
Yeah, you have to wait
Get back.
separately.
Yeah, each of your
Yeah.
Eldritch Blasts you have to roll as a separate attack.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that it does that funky up there. So the first one only does 2 points of damage, but the second one does 11 points of damage for 13 points of force damage, or 13 points of baby carrot damage.
Okay.
Pew.
All right. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn? This guy is a bloodied mess.
Let's see. I don't think. Yeah, I don't have a deal with that thing. So, yeah, I don't really have like much in the way of bonus actions. So nope. I'm just gonna.
So as you get ready to stow your carrot gun back into your pajama pocket, Pomplamoose nudges you in the shoulder and says, and motions for you to look behind yourself. Roll me a perception check.
Sure. I am terrible at perception checks. They are always fun to roll. I just stare at him quizzically. What?
So as you look around your shoulder with an 8,
Trying to tell me something?
as you look around your shoulder with an 8, you make out the faint outline of a gray-furred creature with long ears, and you feel the rush of this person's presence move past your shoulder from the right side near where Pomplamoose is standing over to the left side. You can't quite see or make out the entirety or detail of the form, but in your left ear, leaning up against your face, you can feel breath against your cheek, and you hear,
Hey, go ahead and give it another shot.
and he bonks you on the head and then disappears, and you hear like, and the time and space around you seem to bend and shift as you feel your lower half kind of shift like jello. Go ahead and make another shot with your carrot gun.
Just try to finish him off. That's cool.
Yeah.
Brian's ready to get on to the next section. Right?
Please. All right, there you go. That's a hit.
And for anyone within 30 feet, everyone would have heard this strange voice saying, "Take another shot." It definitely hits.
Okay. 8 points of damage.
All right. How do you want to do this?
I think just with a carrot up the nose.
All right. So you load a carrot bullet into the barrel of the carrot gun, and you pull it back with the string, and you flick your thumb as though you're lighting a blast cap with a little bit of flame, and you touch this imaginary flame to the top of your flintlock carrot gun. And when you pull back on the stopper, you hear, and the little carrot flies across. He goes, hold on, let's see if I can do it. And it lands right up the guy's nose, knocking him backward in a cartoony way as blood sprays from his nose like a fountain raining down over Avvina's fire spirit and over her.
What a way to go.
I think there is still 2 guys, 3 that are all incapacitated. So
Did I
that
just
is...
get blood rained?
What was that?
Did I just get blood rained?
You got blood rained, cartoon blood rained.
That's metal as shit.
Just to fill everybody in, it's 15 minutes till 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at this point, the 3 incapacitated berserkers look at you all panicked. What do you want to do, Jaron, Avvina, Happy, and Venlee? If you guys want to rapid fire through your rounds, you can. Or if you want to interact with them, you can.
They can't speak to us, so
Yeah.
Execution.
I assume we just kill them all.
Yeah.
All right.
We could tie them up. Tie them up. I got rope.
We could tie them up and interrogate them, and you could practice your intimidation rolls. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Or-
have +9 to intimidation.
As you all discuss what you will do with these frozen combatants, off in the distance you hear, "Ow!" That was actually kind of perfectly cued because it looks like Limey's saying hi with the air horn. So on the stream I heard it, you guys might not have, but you hear the howling of what sounds to be like wolves in the distance.
We have a pact with the wolves, right?
I don't know. You have a pact with some wolves.
A few wolves.
Yeah.
Probably not these wolves. We'll see.
Kill all but one of them. Like,
I mean, there's 2 of them that are incapacitated, frozen in their place, and
They're all
alive.
three
Oh,
of
3.
them.
One
There's
stands in
3.
front of Chip. Sorry.
That's what I'm saying. I would just assume we kill them all.
One
See,
stood in front
I'm-
of Chip.
Avvina would just execute them with her flame
Yeah.
blade.
yeah, I would just
Yeah.
execute them with my long sword and a smite. The one in front of me.
Okay. So you guys,
Hey, that one attacked
Angel
me
of
first.
fire and death over here.
you guys take your time slaughtering these defenseless combatants wearing the Cult of Malar as their standard on all of their leather scrap armor, and mercilessly kill them.
Then I go
As
over to the last
Just a regular
one.
Tuesday.
Yep.
As the final sounds of life are extinguished from these berserkers wearing the Cult of Malar garb, you hear off in the distance a whinnying sound, followed by a cacophony of louder howls and roars that echo out. There are now multiple howls and multiple roars, and the sound of panicked whinnying grows in repetitiveness. You hear stomping and foot thuds against the ground. Seemingly there is a struggle coming from somewhere in this grove.
I assume we are supposed to protect that horse.
I'm gonna go ahead and change the scene on you guys.
Or a unicorn.
Man,
Actually, I'm not.
Venlee and her unicorns.
Actually, I'm not going to change this scene yet. So, what do you guys want to do?
Loot.
Oh, we're taking the time to loot.
Can we tell what direction these sounds are coming from?
Roll me a survival check
Survival.
to place the sound against the other noises.
Can I
Harvey
pull
would
my...
like to fly up in the air a little bit and do a
Well, that's
lookout.
my nat one for now, yeah.
All right, so you can't quite place the origin of the noise with your 3. Jason, with your 3, you can't place the noise origin either.
I have an 11.
Bob is
Would you
gonna,
like me to make a survival check?
All right, Harvey, as you float aloft a few feet from the fallen assailants, you hear and notice glinting and flashing coming from the pool to the east. And Avvina, you would also take notice as well. You look past the hedgerow, Avvina, and float up on your broom, and you see a gathering of individuals, strange flashes of light, and a large beast form at the edge of this pool.
How far away?
I'm not even going to count it. Let's see.
Okay.
Hold on. Far enough.
Press R. It will turn into
It's
the
about
ruler.
100 feet away.
Okay. Do
Whoa.
I see obvious enemies?
Roll me a perception check.
That's... Yep. Give me a second. Another 27.
Okay. So, Harvey, you can't quite make out the form of the individuals that you're looking at. Avvina, with your 27, you notice 4 large, hunchbacked creatures covered in fur with glaring fangs and talons on each of their hands. They stand bipedal on reverse-kneed legs with dog-like paws, pointed ears, and tufts of gray fur that form thick matted manes around their neck. You notice that they are clothed in leather, and the leather is painted red and streaked with blood, and the symbol of the god Malar adorns their back and their chest. Standing in the center of them, you notice a horse-like creature that radiates a flickering silver moonlight and has golden tufts of fur on its hooves for its mane and growing out of its chin like a beard, with a beacon light shining from its forehead as it is surrounded by these strange furry beast-like creatures. You can see it trot its hooves in the air and pull against something, but you can't quite make it out.
I run towards
You
it.
said they were 100 feet away?
Yeah.
I'm going to cast Scorching Ray at 3rd level, hitting 2 beams on one, or I guess I'll do it one at a time, but
So
I want
you
to try and hit all 3 of them to get their attention.
Okay, so you're hitting 3 of the 4?
How many beasts are there?
There's 4
Or, like-
beasts and 1 horse-like creature.
Oh, so then I'll just do 1 each.
So all 4 of the beast?
Yeah.
Okay, and you're doing Scorching Ray?
Yeah.
Okay.
So do attack rolls first. 20 for the first one.
Give me 1 sec to switch to that. Probably does.
Okay.
Did you say you'd hit the beast too?
No, the 4 other.
Oh, okay.
Not the horse-like creature. What was the attack against it?
20.
20? Okay, so all of them are going to hit if it's a 20 for each of them. Or do you have to roll each of
I have
those
to roll
different?
separately. Yeah.
Okay, so 1 hits,
16 for the second.
another hits,
Natural 1.
does not hit.
And an 18.
Alright, so 3 out of the 4 Scorching Rays hit their target, and 1 goes stray, streaking past the one standing centermost and over the shoulder of the horse-like creature.
So that's 10 damage to the 3 that hit, and then I'm going to do an additional 8 to one of them.
All right, just remember that for me, or type it, or someone type that into the game log so I can account for that in a moment.
Okay.
All right. So you guys are basically out of combat. You see Avvina floating above, and Harvey's taken to his wings as she points forward her wand, and bursts of flaming energy fly out from them. So what does everyone want to do now that we're
I
out?
run to the shore. That's 90 feet right there.
Okay.
So it's almost 10 o'clock. Are we gonna?
Yeah, why not? We can finish it up if everybody plays disciplined.
Okay.
And if we gotta do one additional session, we will. That's fine.
I also run to the shore and I'll use my bonus action to dash.
All right. So let me go ahead and switch the map here real quick.
At 60 feet, I think.
Ew.
It's not ominous at all.
Is it scorch marks or poo?
Blood.
My vote is poo.
Yay.
Vote poo.
It's blood.
I guess maybe that's what the crystal spring turns into.
Oh, gross.
So,
All right. So we had Venlee move forward.
Oh my god.
And
we
you had
killed
Chip
Daddy
move
Bear,
forward.
Mama Bear, and Baby Bear. Oh my god.
so if I
Am I the
dash,
only one
I
that-
can make it better.
I see what you're talking about on the map. There's actually an explanation for that you guys can find out about in a little bit. So as you all move forward to this chaotic scene, Venlee, just before you arrive, you see this one individual draw from its belt a jagged and rusted blade. As it takes the blade and grabs onto a rope that is around this creature's neck, you notice the rope is glowing a strange silver color. As it pulls the creature in with the help of its two other friends nearby, it takes a swing with the blade and it cleaves the head of this creature from its body.
The unicorn?
Yep. So you guys were not able to prevent the ritual sacrifice of the unicorn. And with that, I need everyone to roll me fresh in it. Well, we'll just keep these initiatives, and I'll go ahead. Unless you guys want new initiative.
I want new initiative.
All right, we'll clear it. So everybody roll your initiatives in.
It's easy enough. God damn these sons of bitches.
Yeah, I got a 7 this time.
Venlee, are you okay? This must be
I am
horrible for you.
I am not okay.
We don't have a chronology wizard. It's
I am not okay one bit.
Damn.
I mean, you know,
Sucks.
the smart one.
Oh.
I tried to keep them from doing that.
Oh, yeah, I know you.
There's no way to do group initiative, is there, Jason? Or you just put one in and you remember to do all the other ones?
You put one.
Add one.
Oh,
Yeah, so just
God,
do
this
add
sucks.
one to the tracker.
Okay. And then just remember that there's a bunch of other ones that need
Oh
to go.
God, this sucks.
Yeah, and you could if you're using different types of enemies, you can set like the portraits to be the same, that sort of thing.
Yeah, they're all
Or
the same.
auras and so on.
Can I keep my old initiative?
Alright. Well, it kind of makes sense based on where everyone was at.
Yeah,
So,
it's good to shake it up.
but I will give you, I'll give you a surprise since you ran it first.
I guess now that I've seen that they've cut the head off, this son of a bitch, I'm gonna attack the hell out of him.
The one that was holding rope.
The one that's, yeah, the closest one to me.
Okay. I accidentally didn't unhide one, so there's 4 of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
which
either
which was
one,
the
that
other
one or that one, it doesn't matter.
I'll do this one. That's fine.
Okay.
And I will. God, what do I don't have anything that. And I can. Nah, that's fine. I'm not even gonna worry about taking advantage. I'm just gonna hit them.
Okay.
First one's a nat 20.
Nice.
And then the second one will be a. Come on, nat 20. That's a 25.
Okay.
I will go ahead and flurry of blows.
Nice.
Let me go ahead and mark that off real quick. Sorry. There, just so I remember. Okay, so the first one's going to be a crit. Oh God! First one's only 10. Second one is 9. And then my other... Did I roll my other two? Did I roll my other two yet? No.
No.
Okay.
So the crit damage was a 10?
Yeah. Unfortunately. 19 for the first unarmed, and...
You're still rolling the quarter staff. Not that it would matter.
Alright.
It doesn't matter. It's all the same.
Yeah. You said 19 and then 8 for the next one?
Yeah, so I got 1 flat roll. So that's another 7.
Okay.
So
right.
That was 7, 16. Yeah, only 26.
Okay. Cool. I think I got it right. Alright, so you charge forward, seeing this werewolf holding part of the restraining rope along with its friend to pull the creature to the ground. And as its head is cleaved from its shoulders, it lets go of the rope and takes a step back to observe its handiwork as you bum rush it from behind, laying into it with your staff and your flurry of blows. With that, it's going to be Harvey's turn.
So it's 10 o'clock, and I know some people told me that they wanted to watch World tonight. Can we stop?
Do we want to end game here, guys, and pick up at the next game?
Yeah,
I feel like we should.
I think it's going to take a couple of rounds to get these guys, and I don't really want to rush.
I mean, DM, how much longer do you think the game will take to finish?
I mean, you've got 4 werewolves and something else that hasn't appeared.
Yeah, combat always takes much longer than we expected to anyway, so it's probably best to stop.
Yeah, we'll save the surprise for next game.
Yay.
Thanks, Ryan.
It's all good.
Because the decapitated unicorn wasn't a surprise.
Right.
Dude, something lingering in the water.
I'm not sure how much longer I can sit up anyway.
No, that's all good. I appreciate everybody giving me honest feedback. And, I mean, I will say and stake it to the ground, we will finish Lore of Larue next session. And that is the honest truth.
Don't deliberately make it take longer. Don't do it!
Well, let's start at 6 o'clock on Thursdays then.
Right.
Well...
Like honestly...
6:30.
If I could manage that, I totally would. It just takes me too long to get home from work, coming from Charles City.
Okay.
Like 7, I mean, I could maybe do 6:30, but everybody would have to be ready to go and set and rearing and logged in and on the call and all of the above.
Yeah.
It's not fair to rush you if you're the DM.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Well, I mean, next game is definitely not going to take that much time. Basically, you have this encounter, and there's some stuff that wraps up the story that unfortunately Venlee, and I can tell outside of game, Jaron will be heavily invested in. And as you can see already from Venlee's reaction, she cares in a very unique way for the death of this unicorn.
My little pony.
My little pony.
I hope you all have a good night. I'm gonna leave.
Take it easy, Whisper. I'll catch you.
Can I whisper?
Catch you later.
Will anyone in chat have questions before we cut it off? I know everybody's probably going to make it over to watch Critical Role Thursday, but for people that showed up a little later the game, My Little Pony, Apocalypse Pony. Yeah, I think Sonata's got the right idea.
Bloody little pony.
I think
folks.
Baloney Pony, maybe?
Baloney Pony. Well, now that it's been chopped up. Probably could serve it as bologna. Unicorn bologna.
Magical spring. There may be something magical that we can do to restore it. Not give
My
up.
bologna has a first name. It's Pony.
Oh.
All right, y'all. Well, thanks for hanging out with Old Dominion Heroes as we ran Session 3 of Candlekeep Mysteries, Lore of Larue, and witnessed our merry band of lunatic adventurers travel through the wilds of the storybook.
YOLO, baby.
Yeah, man. All right, y'all. Well, thanks Homebrew Cafe. Thanks Berserking Corgi. Thanks Limey. Thanks Sonata for showing up. Thanks Valen. Thanks Valcom Zion. We appreciate all y'all's support in the chat and for coming through to watch the games. Hit us up on the Discord if you have questions about story developments for things you might have missed or for games that weren't recorded and put up on Twitch yet. Myself and the players, I'm sure, would love to fill you in on the silliness and richness of the story. But anything else anybody wants to say before we cut the stream and move on to watching Critical Role Episode 3?
No,
All right, y'all. Sonata just shared a link. I'll put it in the Discord. It's the robot chicken episode with the unicorn. That's great.
That's always a good one.
Yeah, man. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Be
Good night,
friends.
everybody.
Be friendly to one another and play D&D.
Good night, everybody.